Okay, so it has been a couple weeks because I took a few days off, and it has come to my attention upon closer inspection, by which I mean reading the guide. It says that it's recommended that we do Varka's character story before we actually do the event. So before we finish the event, we might as well start this. It'll give me a little bit easier time on editing as well, because it'll probably be all in one go. Plus, these are all about to run out of time. Alright, to those who embark on the expedition, Lupus Majoris chapter, Act 1. Alright, anyway, that's all I have planned for the stream today. Once again, if you were wondering why I was gone for so long, even though I had some stuff scheduled to be uploaded onto the YouTube channel even while I was out, the way to stay informed is to basically join the Discord. I let people know my schedule there and what I'm doing and when I'm doing it. If you want to be informed when I go live, that's the place to do it. Anyhow, that's enough plugs, so let's just start this. Alrighty, to those who embark on the expedition, Mission 1, Triumphant Warrior.
Come on, enough, huh? Where'd this letter in our bag come from? Did it just blow in on the breeze?
A letter carried by the wind. I guess it did come in on the breeze. To Dan. Hey, long time no see, my friend. What's that? You say we just met recently? For a heart that always misses its friends, every second feels like an eternity. And after such a grand adventure in Nodcry, you must have gathered quite a few stories along your way, yes? Are you perhaps looking for an old friend to talk to? Do you happen to need a bard? One who can turn your tales to verse? If so, come and catch up with me at Starsnatch Cliff. The wine is poured and the strings are already tuned. A bard. Must be from Venti. So, kind of feels a little bit weird, actually, that Venti decided to send us a letter not with Venti as the sender. Why you gotta be all vague about it? Just say it's you, Venti. I forgot. We don't really have, like, a good way to get to Starsnatch Cliff. Guess we're walking. But when this eventually goes on YouTube, I'll just edit the walking out. Unless I have any interesting commentary to give to the people that are watching. Have I worn this hat on stream before? I don't know if I've worn this hat on stream before. There they are. When's the last time we spoke to Venti? I can't remember. Were we supposed to hear audio there?
Ah, welcome back, old friend. And how should I be addressing you these days? The honorary knight of Mondstadt? The Tumaini of Natlan? Or the great hero of Nodcry?
You can call me by my name. The fake name that we choose at character creation. That no one calls us by. Or I guess most people call us by, but our sister calls us Ether.
Well, you sure have your finger on the pulse. We've barely caught our breath since Nodcry, but it sounds like you've already heard about what went down.
I can't imagine that there's much that Venti doesn't hear about as a bard.
News travels fast on the wind. But before I can turn your tales into tunes, I need to hear them from the horse's mouth.
Ah, so that way you don't get any embellishments. Or get, I believe a primary source would be what we call this in a history lesson.
My wine and my lyre are at the ready. So please, traveler, take a seat and tell me your tale.
A first-hand telling. Everything that happened to Nodcry.
Amazing! Incredible! The Rahier of Solnari and the Doctor? Truly a tale for the ages!
This is starting to sound like it's actually Venti's second character story.
So I'm guessing the Wild Hunt is a thing of the past now that you've defeated the Rahier of Solnari?
Seems that way. We were kind of focused on dealing with the Doctor, though.
There are still some vestiges of the Wild Hunt around, but not enough to pose a major threat.
Well, that's good to hear. Hey, now that the Northern Abyss calamity is finally resolved, Varka must be getting ready for the triumphant return of his expedition, right? I haven't seen him in the longest time. He must have so many stories to share.
I was gonna ask, you two really met before?
Hooray! Paimon was wondering about that, too. He did call you Barbados. But weren't you still fast asleep back when he was in Mondstadt?
I don't really know what Venti's storyline is before we get involved in the story.
Let's call it half asleep. I was resting my eyes in the Thousand Winds Temple one day when I heard a commotion outside.
Why do you hang out at Thousand Winds Temple?
It was a young knight who had journeyed there in search of trials and oracles after hearing some tall tales at the local tavern. In fact, all that awaited him were moss-covered walls and an angry ruin guard. But he seemed completely unfazed, laughing heartily as he sent the ruin guard's missiles flying off into the horizons.
You know, it's easier to dodge them instead of sending the missiles flying.
Huh! They must have been making quite a racket if it was enough to wake up the tone-deaf bard.
Yeah, it sounded kinda like...
Boom, boom, boom. Like that. How have I not gotten that scenic photo thing there?
Hey! Is that all you've got?
Oh, this must be Lowen.
Oh, bring it on!
like that.
The guy that Varka says is even
Give it
stronger
up
than him.
already? You're not half as tough as Varka said.
A young knight of Favonius trekking out to the Thousand Winds Temple in search of adventure. Now there's a sight I haven't seen in a while.
A bard in green clothes. Does this mean... Oh, you're Venti?
Does that imply that there's bards that don't wear green clothes?
I was just wondering how I was gonna track you down.
Oh! So you were looking for the tone-deaf bard? Strange place to start your search.
I would have tried Angel's Share. Cat's tail. Venti's allergic to cats, which is kind of weird now that I think about it.
Hold on. Blonde hair, white hair. You must be the honorary knight. And Paimon! The Grand Master talks about you all the time. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Lowen, Vice Captain of the 5th Company of the Knights of Favonius and a member of the Expeditionary Force. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Oh, so you're part of the expedition, huh? Right. So that's why Paimon's never seen you around in Mondstadt. Hey, wait a second. We never saw you in Nodcry either.
We never saw Toma's mom and not cry either.
That's probably because when the Wild Hunt was still running rampant, I spent most of my time out on my own, making mincemeat out of monsters. I barely went back to base at all. Then, once the Wild Hunt calmed down, I got sent back to Mondstadt. Mixed blessing, if you ask me. Sounds like I missed out on some serious action.
No wonder we never saw you while we were dealing with the doctor. So, why did Varka send you back?
Don't tell me he sent you to...
Deliver some letters.
I was gonna say deliver a letter.
There's one for the Knights of Favonius, one for the church, another for the Dawn Winery, at least 10 of them in total.
Jeez, how many people has he sent to deliver his mail now? Mika, Inefa, Lowen. He should just hire a full-time mailman already.
That's a good point. He should definitely do that.
In fact, he's earned himself a new nickname. Let's go with Sir Writes-A-Lot.
Another day, another nickname, huh? Tone Deaf Bard?
I'll have you know that poetry and letters were humanity's earliest means of expressing their thoughts.
Did people not, like, talk to each other?
So, tone deaf or not, I wear the title of Bard with pride. And I consider Sir Writes-A-Lot to be quite a compliment.
Wait, really? Darn it! Maybe Paimon should come up with some harder-hitting nicknames for these two.
How about, just call him Tone Deaf, and instead of Sir Writes-A-Lot, just call him Sir Pen.
Anyway, since this young man has come all the way to the Thousand Winds Temple looking for me, I assume he must have a letter for me too. Am I right?
You sure are, to use the Grand Master's own words.
This one is for the bard in green clothes. These days, I think he goes by Venti. Doesn't really have an address as such. You could start by asking around in Mondstadt, or maybe try your luck at the Thousand Winds Temple.
figured that since there was this punching bag here, oh, sorry, ruin guard, I could get some practice in while I was at it. So, I came right here the second I got back to Mondstadt.
Okay, straight to go fighting a ruin guard. Because God forbid you go check in with the knights.
That Varka is so slapdash sometimes. It's a good thing we happen to be nearby.
So what does the letter say?
Oh, he also said to remind you to write back.
Nothing in particular. Just some idle chatter between two drinking buddies. But if I'm supposed to write back this time, I'll need some time to mull over my response.
That doesn't sound like something you read was just nothing.
Varka gave you a whole bunch of letters to deliver, right? Maybe you can head into Mondstadt and deliver the rest of them first?
My thoughts exactly, assuming I can find the way. Hopefully the roads haven't changed too much since the pre-expedition days.
The expedition was like 5 years, right?
Well, why don't we have Mondstadt's honorary knight escort this homeward-bound wanderer to the city? I'm sure some of the recipients of Varka's letters will turn out to be old friends of yours, too.
I have no objections.
Let's go! It's been a while since Paimon's done any guide work.
Thank you so much, honorary knight. And you, Miss Guide.
Alright, Venti, what was in the letter?
Abyss. The Wild Hunt. Andreas. Get home safe, Varka.
Okay, that was ominous.
Why do my ears feel so hot all of a sudden? Is someone talking about me?
It's like the sneeze gag. Someone must be talking about me. Imagine if that whole you sneeze whenever someone's talking about you thing was real. Famous people would just be sneezing at all times. Live streaming wouldn't be a thing. It would just be
Surely
watching
there's no
people
way
sneeze
anyone found a
constantly.
secret stash of cash in my office. That would be terrible.
Why do you care about that? It's been 5 years.
Grandmaster, bad time to get distracted.
Watch out! Enemies approaching!
Huh? Oh, it's just a few stragglers. They're no real threat to us. This expedition is almost over. We just need to deal with these final few targets, and then we will make our triumphant return!
Oh, planet is Varka.
Yeah. On me.
Defeat the Wild Hunt.
Try to keep up.
Maria sweeping in!
I'm honestly surprised he didn't end up being like an ice character.
Stormwind!
Alright, there we go. That was easy.
Without the Reikir of Solnari to direct them, it seems like all that's left is their primal urge to destroy.
If this is all that the Wild Hunt can muster now, surely the Lightkeepers of Nodcry will be able to deal with what's left.
Just like I thought. What we should be wary of now is...
Is what?
Grandmaster, based on Lightkeeper intel and our own reconnaissance, one of the suspected targets should be just up ahead.
Good. You know the drill. Stay here and stand guard. Leave the rest to me.
Yes, Grandmaster.
Okay. Is that the target? Ooh, is that a new type of wolf
We
enemy?
meet again, Andreas.
Face the wolf spirit.
So, you've returned from Mondstadt. Don't you want to see what it looks like now?
What's
I was planning
happening?
to take a look around there myself. Perhaps you could be my guide.
What's this? An echo from 1,000 years ago?
I assume that's what that is.
Everything seems normal so far. Here's hoping I'm just overthinking things. There are 2 other places to check. Maybe this will all go smoothly after all. It's your turn, my friend. Come, Andreas!
Okay, is he gonna come? Here, boy! Okay, something's happening.
Although, for returning to your old home, perhaps Andreas is a little too ostentatious. Might be better to go by...
Boreas.
Boreas. Why is the text red at the top, or in a red box?
Huh?
There's 2 text boxes.
Injustice, corruption, iniquity.
Iniquity? That's a fun word.
Is the surface world still as wretched and foul as ever?
That's not Andreas' voice, I don't think.
Answer me, heir to the knighthood of Boreas.
Looks like I'm not getting out of this without a fight.
To those who embark on the expedition. Is this all in his head? Is any of this real? Or are we going to cut back to the boys in Mondstadt? Yep, we're cutting back to
That's where
Mondstadt.
things stand with the expedition. The victors will be returning home soon, so make sure to stock up on wine for the celebrations. P.S.
Hey, Noelle got one!
With their daily training, I'll be testing you all when I get back to make sure no one's regressed.
Please make Noelle a knight. She deserves it quite a lot.
P.P.S. I wrote individual letters for each and every one of you. Don't forget to write back.
That's all.
That's all.
Everyone gets one? Wow! Sir Writes a Lot is really living up to his name.
I guess the Grand Master must have something specific to say to each of us. Even I got a letter, and I'm not a real knight yet.
Maybe it's been 5 years and he thought you would be one by now. What was in Jean's letter?
Jean?
Oh, right. He's thinking about making her Grandmaster permanently.
Oh, yes. That's our Grandmaster for you.
By the way, anyone know where I can find the cavalry captain? I have a letter for him as well.
That's a good question. Where is Kaya? I thought he was here a second ago. I must have imagined it.
You mean Kaya? He said he was meeting a friend from the church at the Angel Share.
Must be Venti.
Allegedly for work. Said he was exchanging intel.
Could be Rosaria.
But I'd say there's a 50-50 chance he's just there for a drink.
Intelligence from the Church of Avonius.
I'm on bets there'll be lots of familiar faces there. How about we deliver Kaya's letter? And these other 2 as well!
What are these other 2?
Really? Oh, that would be a great help, thank you.
Our thanks to you too, Lowen. The other knights will help distribute the remaining letters. You've had a long journey. Please go get some rest.
Great, but I won't be resting just yet. I have one last letter to deliver to Wolvendom. This one, I was planning on delivering personally.
Is it to Andreas, or is it to Razor?
I heard that another challenger recently passed Boreas' trial. Well, with any luck, that wolf might be willing to reveal himself to me, too.
Very well, but please remember to show respect to the local wolves.
I will. Goodbye.
Lowen is really straight to the point, huh? Jean is worried. Clearly something is bothering Jean. I should talk to her before going to Angel Share. And everyone has dispersed. Oh wait, Noelle's still here. Hi, Noelle!
Grandmaster offered lots of advice in his letter regarding my recent assessments. I didn't think he'd spare a thought for that kind of thing in the middle of an expedition. So, Honorary Knight, if you have the time, do you think you could help me out with my special training?
Anytime you ask, Noelle. Anytime.
He wants to test me to see if my skills have regressed? I still haven't forgotten how he went easy on me last time. I'm assuming you must have seen him going all out before. When the time comes, you'd better keep an eye on him for me.
Alright, anyone else still here besides Lisa? I didn't see Mika down there.
Master. The archives are filled with documents awaiting his review. I'm not letting him run off again until he's finished dealing with every last one. On another note, have you spoken to Jean? I hope she'll finally be able to relax a little once Varka returns.
I don't think she will be able to relax a lot. Where's Mika? Mika, you out here? Okay, Mika and Amber are out here. Also Sucrose.
Okay, we'll deliver these letters to the Adventurers Guild and the Cat's Tail. You can just handle the ones for the Angel share.
The expedition is finally wrapping up. Oh, I hope the maps I made on our way there are good enough to get them safely home.
I'm not used to seeing this many knights in the lobby here. It almost feels lived in. What are you doing, Sucrose? Are you talking to Klee?
The Grand Master wrote in his letter that the Boom Blossom bombs we sent worked really well. He wants to know if we've made any more.
Uncle Varka's coming home? Yay! I can't wait to go outside and play with him!
When are we gonna get to explore the solitary confinement room? Hell, we still can't even go to the 3rd floor.
Accelerating.
Let me up! Let me up! Alright, Jean's office.
Honorary Knight, you're still here?
I'll be setting out shortly, but it seems there's something on your mind.
Is it that obvious?
You could try to make it less obvious.
Huh? But Varka's coming back. The situation in Nocrai is stable. Surely things are looking up.
True. From what you and Lowen have told me, the expedition has indeed accomplished its strategic objectives. It seems that Mondstadt no longer faces any threat from the perils of the North, be they the Wild Hunt or the Doctor. And yet, for some reason, I can't help but recall something the Grandmaster said to me before he left.
And what was that exactly?
If I don't make it back from this expedition, you'll have to assume the mantle of Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius. If it comes to that, remember to train the next Knight of Boreas in my stead. I've planted some promising seeds in Mondstadt, but they still need time to grow. Some have yet to master the art of social interaction. Some don't yet understand that they too need protecting. And some, well, some might not even want to be a knight yet.
I think that last one is Diluc. I'm gonna break that down. Some haven't mastered social interaction yet. Is that Razor? Some don't yet understand that they need they too need protecting. Maybe that's Noelle? Some might not even want to be a knight yet. And that's Diluc.
What's wrong? Well, there's no need to frown.
Or maybe that social interaction one is
You're
Eula.
not marching to my death. This is all just a contingency plan in the event that I'm unable to return. Until I return, I leave them in your care.
The lineage of the Knights of Boreas has nearly been extinguished twice in Mondstadt's history.
Twice?
The first wandering knight to claim the title arrived in Mondstadt 1,000 years ago, along with his wolf companion. He was as free as the wind. He left no succession plan behind. Even his name was lost to history. The title of Boreas could have disappeared from Mondstadt just as he did. But he had an informal disciple, a knight named Ravenwood, who admired the Knight of Boreas greatly. Ravenwood's valor and swordsmanship earned him the Wolf Spirit's recognition. When the old aristocracy tried to regain power, Ravenwood came once more to Mondstadt's defense. From then on, the title of Knight of Boreas was passed down from generation to generation within the Knights of Favonius.
Okay, so that's like history from the last 3,000-ish years, I guess.
Wolf spirit? You mean that big blue wolf in Wolfenden?
Correct. As you may already know, the Wolf of the North is the surviving spirit of an ancient god. And the Knight of Boreas serves as an intermediary between him and humanity.
Lupical.
Lupus Boreas, who had never known what it meant to love, came to understand it through the journey with his human companion. In the end, he chose to allow his power to become one with the land. This was once a well-known tale.
I never really looked into Andrias' lore.
These days, few people are aware that the starting point of the Wolf
He's a boss I kind of find annoying because I have to walk all the way over there.
Nodcry.
I just know that he's like one of the four winds.
Huh?
Could it be?
The great Wolf King of the North came here from Nodcry. Although he doesn't like to speak of his past. In fact, he rarely shows himself to people at all nowadays.
Wait, what, is that what I missed? So Andrias is from Nodcry? That's weird.
As such, this tale can only be found deep within the Knights of Favonius library. Even among the Knights of Favonius, few are aware of it. The Grand Master didn't disclose any concrete objectives before departing on his expedition. I couldn't help but wonder whether it might somehow be related to Nodcry's Wolf of the North. I kept my speculations to myself, however. Sharing them would only spread unwarranted suspicion toward the Four Winds among the people of Mondstadt. You experienced the turmoil caused by Dvalin the East Wind's actions for yourself. Surely you can understand my concern?
You're worried that Andrias is going to go the way of Dvalin and go crazy?
No wonder Varka wasn't clear about his motives. Is that what he was worried about?
Very possibly. He was probably also reserving judgment. Having heard about your experiences in Nodcry, I now suspect that the Grand Master hadn't yet ascertained the true identity of our enemy at that time. And as it turns out, the Calamity born in the north wasn't an ancient god, but rather the Wild Hunt and the Doctor. I guess we were both jumping to conclusions.
Well, it's always better to be overprepared than caught off guard. Facing the worst-case scenario with no backup plan would have been far worse.
Yes, I completely agree. The tide can turn rapidly in times of battle. It's a leader's responsibility to prepare for every possible contingency. Even if his contingency plan never needs to be put into action, I'm sure the Grand Master is relieved to know that it's in place. Thank you for being such a patient listener. I feel much more settled after talking with you. If you have any spare time, would you mind stopping off to say hello to the other knights? I'm sure they have all missed our honorary knight just as much as I have.
Ah, there it is. A sword has been plunged deep into the ceiling. Alright, now off to Angel's Share, if I remember correctly, right? Gotta meet up with Captain Kaya.
That turned into a pretty long conversation, huh? We should probably go deliver those letters to the Angel's Share now.
Hello, Nimrod. Ah, goddammit, the poster. They should move that poster just slightly to the left at some point. They moved Timaeus further away from the alchemy table. They can move that poster over a few pixels.
In hot weather,
Start by
I was right, it
pouring
was
cold
Rosaria.
water and add ice cubes. Then drain out the water before adding the other ingredients. How's that for a secret recipe? Maybe it's worth a little intel in return.
Also, Diluc is here, I guess.
Please. I've known that little trick for a good 10 years at least. You'll have to offer something a little more substantial if you're serious about trading.
She's known that trick for 10 years? How old is she?
I know there's no one else in the tavern right now, but do you two really need to talk so loudly? Especially if you're supposed to be exchanging confidential information.
Hiya, Rosaria, Diluc! Paimon knew we'd find you here.
Looks like it's about to get even noisier.
Ooh.
A little liveliness never killed anyone. Traveler, Paimon, what brings you our way?
I have a letter for each of you.
Please allow me to once again express my sincere condolences regarding your late father and the incident with Eric. We make absolutely no excuse for his crimes. I hope you will give some serious consideration to the question I asked you before I left, though I'm sure you're tired of hearing me ask by now. The Knights of Favonius will always welcome you.
I don't think that letter is going to be a good enough apology.
From the look on your face, I'm guessing the Grand Master is still refusing to drop it?
He nags like an old man. It's hardly surprising.
How old is Varka?
Huh? Drop what? What's this about?
Nothing, really. Before leaving on the expedition, Varka came here to chat with me over a drink. I failed to avoid him. He, asked me if I'd consider rejoining the Knights of Favonius, and I declined. He expressed his regret about everything that happened, and asked me to reconsider. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, right. Sounds like you skipped a lot of details. There's clearly more to it.
Whatever details I chose to omit are in the past. Dragging them back up now serves no purpose.
You say that now, but back then, you couldn't let it go. You and the Knights of Favonius were constantly at odds.
I wasn't seeing the full picture. I've had a lot of time to reflect since then. But my answer remains unchanged. I'm not rejoining the Knights of Favonius.
Please make Noelle a knight. That's my only condition. I could care less if Diluc becomes a knight again.
Both the Grandmaster and the acting Grandmaster are too upright and honorable.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
I can't see the shadows that lurk beneath them due to the size of the organization they lead. They need someone on the outside to keep watch vigilantly.
Easy there, Batman.
If I had a Mora for every time I've heard you repeat that argument. I actually don't disagree with the first part of what you said, but don't you think someone can keep tabs on things from the inside?
When you join an organization, you're bound by its rules, no matter how free it may seem on the surface.
You think so? Never mind the Knights. Have you honestly ever been bound by the rules of the Church?
Ooh, Kaya hitting you hard right there.
Good question. Have you considered that maybe that's why I chose to join the Church and not the Knights to begin with?
Are they arguing or not? It's kind of hard to tell.
They're not arguing. They just have different ways of protecting those around them.
Oh, kind of like the contingencies Jean was talking about. The more ways they have to protect their home, the better. Huh? Traveler?
You got any input on that, Ether? I wonder if this is exactly what Varka was hoping for. Oh, I thought you were going to have some introspective about... I wonder if that's why Lumine is doing XYZ. Talk to everyone. Where did Rosaria go? She disappeared. She got up here somehow. How did that happen?
If you hadn't had to deliver that guy's mail, you wouldn't have been subjected to all this tedious arguing. When I write back, I'll tell him to quit making trouble for other people.
It's That's no trouble. Lowen did most of the work. We just volunteered to do the last leg of the journey. Mostly so we could come say hello.
Since I really wouldn't call that an argument. You just have different ideas on how to protect Mondstadt.
So you see what's really going on here? All three of us fell for that old rascal's scheme far too readily.
Huh? Scheme? What do you mean? Was Varka lying in his letters then?
No. While I'm sure Varka knows full well that Diluc would never agree to rejoin the Knights, I believe the sentiments he expressed were genuine, as was his offer to welcome Diluc back.
Cool, can you just not yell it at me? It sounds like you're yelling.
There are people like Kaya and I, and then there are those who are true champions of justice to the core. Those people are the most susceptible to being driven to extremes by great upheaval. It's happened in Mondstadt before.
Or is she talking that loudly so that they can hear us?
Not only that, but it happened to a Knight of Boreas. That'll really hit home for Varka. And that's why his nagging is even more persistent than usual.
A champion of justice driven to extremes? You're saying that happened to a Knight of Boreas?
Yeah. So no one's told you this before? The lineage of the Knights of Boreas had nearly been extinguished twice in history. The first was at its inception. The second was the case I was alluding to.
We haven't learned about the second case yet. Only the first.
Wasn't Jean telling us about this? Wait. And then we got caught up talking about the expedition, and we never got around to the second time.
I happened to hear about it from Varka once when he was drinking and started yammering on. The second crisis in the Knights of Boreas lineage. It was 500 years ago.
That was during the Cataclysm, or I guess 5 years after the Cataclysm, I guess? If we're going off the chronology.
Although the Knights of Boreas are meant to be intermediaries between humans and wolves, in practice, very few of them have been truly recognized by Lupus Boreas over the past millennium. Of those who have, the best known are the first Knight of Boreas, Ravenwood, the wolf pup Rostam, and Varka
Rostam!
himself.
Rostam! That's Signora's boyfriend. Rest in peace, buddy.
But 500 years ago, there was one who earned the respect of Boreas even before gaining the title. He was a disciple of Rostam. They thought he would become the mightiest Knight of Boreas who ever lived.
Rostam. That's the guy that becomes the Bloodstained Knight, right?
He was the perfect knight. Righteous, principled. His name was Roland, the Bloodstained
Sorry,
Knight.
Roland. Roland is the Bloodstained. Rostam is just the Signora's boyfriend. So yeah, the Bloodstained Knight Roland. Got it. Whenever I hear Roland, it makes me think of the guy from Borderlands 2. Or Borderlands 1 and 2, I guess.
Bloodstained Knight? That sounds a little ominous.
Well, apparently his original title was the White Knight. But he lost countless comrades during the Abyssal Calamity 500 years ago, including his tutor and mentor, Rostam. The endless bloodshed stained his sword and armor a crimson as deep as black, transforming the White Knight into the Bloodstained Knight.
I've heard this story before.
After that, he threw himself completely into battling monsters, leaving Mondstadt and the Knights of Favonius behind. To this day, no one knows his final whereabouts. It's hard to say whether the loss of an important figure in his life is what drove him to the point of obsession, or whether he was already too far gone to save.
I only ended up looking into the Bloodstained Knight because I think at the time, before Capitano's identity had been revealed, there was like a really long-standing theory that Capitano might have been the Bloodstained Knight.
But had he known that the Knights of Favonius would always welcome him back, perhaps things would have turned out differently. So if you want my opinion, the reason why Varka keeps asking Diluc to rejoin, despite knowing that he'll never say yes, is to let him know you're not alone.
That's actually kind of noble.
After all these years, he's still as persistent as ever. Just like how he used to be with me.
Did he try to recruit you into the Knights?
Huh. Turns out Varka's a lot more thoughtful than he lets on. Paimon had the wrong idea about him. Anyway, there's still something about this whole Boreas business that Paimon isn't really getting. Wasn't Andreas a god in Mondstadt thousands of years in the past? If so, why did Jean say that Boreas and the Wandering Knight only arrived here just 1,000 years ago? Plus, Paimon's super curious about what happened to Roland.
Shall we go get a straight from the horse's or Wolf's mouth? We can meet up with Lowen in Wolfendom while we're at it. Sounds like a plan.
Good idea. Jean said he hasn't been showing himself much lately, but he always seems happy to oblige whenever you show up. Let's go!
Oh, I thought we were supposed to talk to all three, and it didn't even give us the option.
My reply won't be a long one, as usual. I'm sure Varka won't be surprised.
What should I report back to the Grand Master on? Let me think. Public order inside the city? Monster activity in the wild? Oh, and a review of the latest vintages. I think I'll leave it at that.
They wanted us to talk to all three of them, but boy, they gave quite the lengthy speech to Rosaria. I guess they expected us to go talk to her last. I can't remember the last time we went to Wolfendom for a story quest. Oh, we just got sucked into a domain. Ooh, that doesn't look good.
What's going on here? Was Wolfendom always like this? Paimon has a bad feeling about this. The Wild Hunt? What are they doing here? Watch out!
That is not a sight I expected to see in Mondstadt.
Defensive mode engaged.
Incoming! Huh? Nowhere to hide. Don't blink! Hey!
Annihilation mode.
A new moon rises.
Why am I getting new mail? Must be someone's birthday.
Alright?
Stay alert. There's something nearby.
Oh no! What now? There better not be more Wild Hunt monsters!
Maybe it's Lowen? Could be Lowen. Or Razor? Oh, it's Lowen. Lowen?
You scared Paimon stiff! She thought you were...
Stop right there. Answer me this. The 2 letters I gave you, who are they for?
2 letters? Wasn't it 3?
Kaya, DeLuke, and Rosaria.
Okay. Well, Paimon's coolest naive expression doesn't appear to be an act.
Oh no. Is it another person that can impersonate people?
Hey! What are you trying to say? Wait. What are you trying to say, huh?
He's saying you passed the test.
Paimon passed a test? Really? Huh! She didn't even realize she was taking one!
I sometimes forget how big Paimon is.
You may dispense with your suspicions. The Wolfpack has borne witness. They fought against the aberrations that encroached upon this land. And our attackers showed no ability to disguise themselves this time. Ah, a familiar scent. Come. I will await you at the usual grounds.
Is that what Andreas normally sounds like? Because it does not sound familiar to me.
Well, if the boss of Wolfendom has vouched for you, I guess I should apologize for doubting you just now.
It always pays to remain vigilant. Were you 2 attacked by the Wild Hunt?
Sure was. Fortunately, my experience in Nodcry didn't go to waste. Turns out the Wild Hunt all feel the same when you stab them. They didn't stand a chance.
Got it. Stabby, stab, stab.
Something seems wrong with that old wolf, though. Go on. You should check on him.
I think he's getting a little bit abyss corroded. Oh yeah, we're in a domain. I can't check my mail. No Razor? Where's Razor? Oh wait, Razor is here. Pant.
Lupus Boreas, not injured. Why so weak? Am I not strong enough?
You are not to blame. With your Iron Claw, you successfully blocked their attacks. However, their assault went beyond the mere physical world. They followed my trail from the distant north across the ley lines. They sought to corrupt the territory I protect. But I shall not let them succeed without a fight.
So they came from not... Well, no shit.
We meet again, human Lupical.
So, are you saying that the wild hunt we just got attacked by came all the way from Nodcry to Mondstadt? How is that even possible?
Isn't there, like, an ocean in... I guess they came through the ley lines, like he said.
As you know, I stand before you as an incomplete being. I am but one remnant of the god Andreas' soul. The source of this turmoil. I can sense it. It lies in the north. It is the part of me that remains in Nodcry, from whence I came.
Okay, so Andreas' soul is in multiple pieces, and that's why there's a weird red Andreas that I guess Varka is talking to right now.
Huh? Now Paimon's even more confused. How can you be in two places at once?
Are all gods like this?
For many gods, housing a part of their soul within an object is no difficult feat. But those who can perform such delicate partitions as this are rare, even among the gods.
Hi, Venti. Took your sweet-ass time getting here.
The Wolf King, Andreas, was particularly adept in this art. Otherwise, no remnants of his soul would have survived till the present day.
Huh? The bard's back?
Toadif Bard? What are you doing here?
That's not what I said, Paimon. I asked why weren't they here sooner.
Maybe the god of Animo guided me here. For it appears that someone is in need of a tale from the distant past.
Cutscene
And
time?
our wolf friend doesn't seem too keen on recounting it himself. Who better than a bard to do the honors? Lord Boreas, do I have your blessing to share this story?
As you wish.
Lupus Boreas wandered the
In
frozen
pursuit of
tundra
wind and shadow.
and stumbled into the Seelie Hall. Enchanted by their song, tender as the dawn starlight, and curious about the ways of humankind, the wolf bade farewell to his home and set off for the city to the south. As the high tower crumbled and the fierce winds fell silent, Lupus Boreas, who once had hunted with the storm winds himself, looked within and inquired, was the shelter he provided for humanity really any different from that given by the reclusive king in his tower? The wolf entrusted those under his protection to a new god and quietly returned to the frozen north. There, in a palace long since abandoned by its former master, the great wolf closed his eyes and slept.
You think the lady in the center is Nicole?
500 bitter winters passed, then 500 equally frigid springs. He slumbered undisturbed until a night stumbled in from the cold, just as Lupus Boreas had once done at the Seelie Hall, and awoke him at long last. The night asked the wolf to join him on a journey south, to see once more the land that had all but faded from his memory.
So this is the first night.
Gentle wolf,
The wandering
unwilling
night.
to refuse the human's earnest plea, split his soul into two halves and left his home once more. Seeing how the ice and snow had given way to verdant plains, Hearing the laughter and song that now filled the once somber city, the aging Lupus Boreas turned to his friend, the god of Animo, and remarked, "So, this is the world the humans dreamed of."
That's it? That's your whole sentence there?
Though the knight's journey was not yet over, the wolf chose to bid farewell to his companion here. He had written the end to his story. What knowledge he had been gifted flowed into the land. Everything he was, he gave unto the world. Well, that's how a bard would tell the tale. Lord Boreas, is there anything you'd like to add?
There is no need for you to ask that question.
So that's what happened. You returned to Mondstadt with that knight 1,000 years ago, and then, for the sake of the new Mondstadt, you...
You need not feel remorse on my account. That was my answer, my decision. If anyone should feel regret, it is the part of me who remained in Notcry. I fear Andreas has not found peace in his heart even to this day. That is surely why those vile aberrations were able to exploit his weakness, sowing the seeds of all the turbulence that has ensued.
But we followed Boreas' trail in Nodcry. We investigated and discovered no signs of instability.
Andreas should still be slumbering by the lakeside. Perhaps all the recent turmoil in Notcry has had unforeseen consequences.
Revere or the Dottore. I'm gonna lean towards the former, but the latter, you never know. We're getting the mood involved.
And there's more. I detect another familiar scent from across the ley lines. A scent that reeks of blood.
Could it be Roland, the Bloodstained Knight?
Oh, the White Knight who became the Bloodstained Knight? The mightiest knight of Boreas? But wasn't he from 500 years ago? You think he's immortal or something?
Man, if I had a nickel for every immortal person we ran into in this game.
I remember him as just a man. His lifespan should be no longer than any other of his kind. But before he severed his connection to Boreas, his final destination...
Was the Abyss, I'm guessing?
It was the ancient kingdom of Conria, as you call it. Beyond that, I know not if he lived or died.
Conria, 500 years ago.
If you want to get to the bottom of this, I'm afraid you'll have to make another trip to Nodcry yourselves.
Sounds like we need to make a trip to Sumeru.
As luck would have it, another old friend of ours just so happens to be free right now. If you ask him nicely, he might give you a lift. That could save you a lot of time on the road.
Is it Dvalin?
No wonder I can suddenly sense the east wind's presence.
If even Mondstadt has been affected by the fallout, Nodcry must be in real trouble by now. I hope Varka can handle it.
Varka? Is he in danger?
I believe too many passengers would slow our dear friend down. I fear he only has room to carry one person, along with perhaps a diminutive companion.
Man, Paimon, you need to start working on your nickname game. He just called you Diminutive Companion.
Alright, wish it could be me, but I accept that we should send our strongest warrior to fight Nodcry's battles. I'll stay here and deal with any wild hunt that try harassing Mondstadt. It'll be a good chance to try out some new moves.
When did you come up with new moves?
I stay in Mondstadt too. With Traveler's help, Varka will be safe.
Razor, give me your iron claw. Golden-haired traveler, Give this token to the current Knight of Boreas.
What is it?
It is a wolf spirit. It contains my power and thoughts. Though I have given him a piece before, this should bring him new strength.
The Dominator of Wolves once bestowed the power of his soul upon his pack, strengthening their hearts and sharpening their claws and fangs.
But human hearts and flesh cannot bear the soul of a wolf directly. It would be akin to forcefully merging a human and a wolf into one being. They would descend into chaos.
Darn, missed opportunity for a werewolf character. I mean, Rosaria is kind of a vampire, implied to be a vampire. No confirmation yet. But it would be really cool if Varka was a werewolf.
To prevent the entanglement of souls, the most I can do is temporarily house my power and thoughts within claws and fangs wrought of steel. Although, truth be told, that knight does not lack for power. What he needs more is the thoughts within. But I shall leave this for him to explain.
Is it safe to separate a piece of the wolf spirit at a time like this?
The great wolf king of the north remains strong for now. Besides, do I not have the protection of my Lupical?
I will protect Lupical. The North and Varka, I leave to you.
Sounds like a plan.
Just give me the word whenever you're ready.
Are we gonna get the chance to chat with everybody?
I can read Varka's letter. I will try my best to write a reply.
Lisa, been teaching you well, kid.
A wolf's claws make poor instruments for writing human words. But that token will suffice to convey my thoughts.
Alright, Lowen. This is probably the last time we'll see you
My
today.
experience fighting the wild-hunted Nodcry to come in handy back here in Mondstadt. Almost makes me wonder if this was the reason I was sent back.
Who knows? Probably.
Also, how come that bard knows so much, and what was he doing at the Thousand Winds Temple?
I guess Lowen is a moron.
I don't really care, as long as I get to do some fighting. I'm looking forward to trading blows with Lupus Boreas when he's fully recovered. I bet he'll wipe the floor with me.
Man, we need to introduce you to Child at some point. You two are gonna hit it off, and each other.
Any questions before you set off? Better ask now. You'll probably have to hit the ground running when you get to Nodcry.
About the Wolf of the North.
The root of this turmoil lies with the remnant soul that Andrius, Dominator of Wolves and God of the North Wind, left in Nodcry. He once left Nodcry and braved the blizzards to confront the God of Storms and claim the right to rule. Yet even as the tower fell, he chose to abandon his claim. Instead, he returned to the north and slumbered for 1,000 years before finally journeying back, under the name of Boreas, with the first Knight of Boreas to witness the new face of Mondstadt. When the wolf spirit could no longer maintain his physical form, Boreas chose to pour his power into the ley lines. With that, he became the North Wind of Mondstadt, as he is still known to this day. Any questions before you set off? Better ask now.
About Roland.
500 years ago, Roland seemed destined to become the mightiest Knight of Boreas ever to have lived. But he was too pure of heart.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
He believed firmly in his own ideals of chivalry, vowing to eliminate all injustice from the world. But the world had never been perfect and pure, nor would it ever be.
How is this a bad thing?
Neither his mentor, the wolf pup Rostam, nor the Grand Master, known as the Lion of Light, could persuade him to temper his obsession. But what was the scent that reeks of blood that
This
Lupus
guy sounds like he needs to join the Galaxy Rangers.
And what is its connection to Conria and the Abyss? Perhaps you will uncover the truth in Nodcry. Any questions before you set off? Better ask now.
About the token.
The soul of a wolf is as unyielding as ice, and Andreas is a master of molding and shaping it. His people once drew great strength and wisdom from the wolf spirit. But human hearts and flesh cannot contain the soul of a god. Attempting to place the wolf spirit in a human vessel would slowly devour their sense of self, even if Lupus Boreas did not intend for that to happen. That's why Lupus Boreas developed the technique of imbuing weapons with his soul. It is his way of blessing his human Lupical with the wolf spirit's protection. In fact, there is an ancient song that tells this tale.
Oh god.
A weapon once of common iron, now through friendship turned divine. Twixt man and wolf a bond was made, a power born within the blade.
How come your lyre wasn't making noise when we met you at the start of this quest line?
As much as he might claim not to accept humans, his actions sing a different tune. Oh, but keep that little observation between us, will you?
I think he can hear you.
Any questions before you set off? Better ask now.
Nah, I'm good to go.
All right. Over to you, Dvalin.
You know, if we could teleport with the ley lines, why did we even need Dvalin to give us a lift? Canonically, we can use the ley lines, but nobody else can for some reason.
The Knight of Boreas awaits below. We must part ways here. Barbatos and I have other plans. We will meet you again later.
Alright! Hey, wait! How are we getting down?
Paimon, you can fly. Sword of Injustice, what was that? Oh, there's an invincible force field there. Uh-oh. I didn't get to hit.
Hold the line! The enemy's on the brink of collapse!
Grandmaster! It's
a bird. It's a plane. It's Dvalin?
Haha! Reinforcements! It's about time!
Honorary Knight reporting for duty, Grandmaster.
And Paimon too!
Let's cut to the chase. What's the situation? Give
We're
him
just
the
about
sword.
hanging in there. Most of their grunts are taken care of now. Their leader's gonna have to make a decision soon. Fight or flight? What will it be, mightiest Knight of Boreas?
As expected, this hastily summoned Wild Hunt horde is nothing but a disorganized rabble. A mere shadow of the forces gathered by the Rahir of Solnari. But they have served their purpose. I now understand your tactics, and you, in turn, understand mine. This is fair. This is the way of chivalry. Farewell, heir to the knighthood of Boreas. Whether you choose to resist me or not, I shall set right the injustices of this world. In the name of the blood-stained knight.
Well, I don't see anything wrong with getting rid of injustice. As long as you're not doing injustice in the process.
Guess they're retreating for now.
So that Wolf of the North lookalike, that was Andreas? But why would he be leading the Wild Hunt? And why was he talking about the Bloodstained Knight? Ugh, forget that. We can save the details for later. He was the enemy boss, right? Are we just gonna let him get away?
Ah, there's no point chasing after him. We've crossed blades already, and it ended in a stalemate. Right now, there's nothing we could do about him.
Why? As strong as he might look, surely he can't be any stronger than the foes we fought before.
True. We're still not certain of his true identity, but whether he's a god corrupted by the Abyss or a legendary knight, killing him might be just about possible, especially now that you're here. The difficult part is, we can't kill him right now.
Huh? What do you mean? Is he immortal or something?
No. Judging from our skirmishes so far, I don't think he's got any special abilities of that caliber. Nor does he have the ridiculous level of power wielded by the Five Sinners. But, compared to Rerir, our current foe clearly has a better understanding of how to exploit Nodcry to his advantage. Particularly when it comes to Andrias's remnant soul.
What you're really worried about isn't so much the enemy himself, but the god remains?
Exactly. Sounds like you realize what the crux of the issue is. I managed to cut off a sample from our foe, which Albedo and Durin are analyzing as we speak. Meanwhile, our other allies should be making their way home from their own battles by now. Let's discuss this further when they're back. We still have some big challenges ahead before this expedition can finally be declared a victory.
Baited Warrior.
The meeting's probably gonna be in the biggest tent, right? Looks like a bunch of people are there already.
Yehoda!
Why don't we go chat with them?
Hey, good to see you again. Oh, Boss Sneff asked me to pass on a message. She went to see Lauma and Columbina at the Frost Moon Scions. Apparently, there haven't been any changes to that space the Rahir of Solnari's in.
That means the recent wild hunt attacks have nothing to do with Rerir, right? Whew, that's a relief. Paimon doesn't fancy facing him again.
They're keeping a close watch on it, just in case.
I just remembered that only Columbina saw what happened to him after the
We're in
fact.
pretty safe hands, huh? Oh yeah, Lauma and Columbina asked me to pass on a message too. Focus on the enemy you are facing. The moon will protect you all.
That does sound like something they would say.
Huh, you know something? These Knights of Favonius are paying me a pretty nice sum to deliver a few simple messages. Oh, Varka's a generous guy.
So yeah, only Columbina truly knows the fate of Revere, and I don't know if Columbina ever filled in the rest of us on that. Oh, hi, Nefa.
Short distance propulsion module on cooldown. 15 minutes until next departure. Switching to chat mode. Hello there, Paimon, Traveler.
Nefa, what are you doing here?
Varka placed a sizable order with the Clink Clink Krumkake craft shop. Aino is hard at work producing the strategic reserve, while I am handling the deliveries. Secondly, I am also here to attend the meeting in her place.
This will be our first chance to see, basically, the united front of Nodcry, actually, after the events of the story.
Huh? Flintz! Paimon thought the Lightkeeper's rep would be Iqua or Nikita.
It's not like you to volunteer to attending a meeting.
You're quite right. However, Itlua and Nikita are both busy organizing the Ratniki's region-wide response to the recent attacks. And since I'm well acquainted with everyone else here, I was the one they recommended to attend the meeting.
Oh, so you don't want to be here?
Sometimes you don't get a choice when there might be consequences down the line.
Alright, who else is here? Sound off.
Hey, Honorary Knight. Looks like pretty much everyone's here. Albedo and Durin are just wrapping up their analysis. You want to wait for them here?
Yeah, let's just wait for the meeting.
While we're waiting, could you update me on the situation in Mondstadt?
Alright, and we just update him all the same. Did we give him the sword finally? We were supposed to give him the sword with the wolf spirit in it.
Stand. The Wild Hunt is no longer under the Rahir of Solnari's control, but it has been reborn from the ashes and is now launching widespread attacks. Intel from the Frost Moon Scions and the Curatorium of Secrets corroborates this. No disturbances have been detected in the space where Rerir resides. What we are facing here is a completely new foe.
Summarizing current situation. To confirm, the present leader of the Wild Hunt is the creature resembling a wolf. Andrias, god of the North Wind.
More precisely, it's the external will that has seized control of Andrias' spirit, namely Roland, the Bloodstained Knight.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on.
I'm completely lost. Isn't Roland some Mondstadter from like 500 years ago?
And the Raker of Solnari is also from, like, 500 years ago. So what's your point, Yehoda?
How'd he suddenly get wrapped up with a god from 1,000 years in the past and the present-day Wild Hunt?
Fair question.
Allow us to explain that part. Are you familiar with compensation mechanisms?
No?
When an organism sustains damage, relevant tissues will undergo changes to offset the loss of function.
Is that a thing?
For example, when one kidney is damaged, the other will be strengthened to compensate.
Oh, that.
When a main artery is blocked, the collateral vessels become more active.
Or like how people that are blind have a better sense of smell or whatnot.
Similarly, when the Wild Hunt lost their leader, the Abyss harnessed the memories that flow throughout the ley lines to fashion a new one, fit for the present circumstances.
So there must always be a Wild Hunt?
That new leader is a mirror image of Roland, the Bloodstained Knight.
So it's not the real Roland, but an abyssal imitation?
Right. No matter how strong the compensation is, it will never quite match the functionality of the original organ. The Roland replica can't possibly imitate Rerear's overwhelming power, nor his ability to disguise himself as others.
But what, couldn't the Abyss just make a mimic of Rerear then? Why Roland?
So, the Abyss made use of the connection between Roland and Boreas to compensate for this lack of power.
Okay, so Roland plus Boreas is as good as Rerear.
The replica corrupted and took control of Andreas as he slumbered by the bank of Amsvartnir, ultimately manifesting as the giant beast that you all witnessed. However, exactly why the Abyss chose Roland to mimic, and indeed how it was able to do so, remains unclear.
That's the only question I wanted an answer to, and I'm not getting it.
I guess he must have gotten caught up with the Abyss or Nodcry somehow during his wanderings through Tevat. But we can keep those questions on the back burner.
Okay, Paimon gets all that, but what did you mean when you said we can't kill him right now?
We can't kill him right now because a dead god may prove more dangerous than a living one.
You're worried about god remains.
From intelligence gathered
Tatarasuna.
during the expedition, we have reason to believe that the power released when a god is felled can have catastrophic consequences for us mortals.
Like when the tower fell in Storm Terror's lair? Or when the humans turned to salt beneath Sal Terrari? Ooh, that's a dark reference.
The wrath that remains after a god's passing becomes a source of endless turmoil. Once god remains contaminate the land, they will persist for thousands of years.
Like the Tatarigami on Yashiori Island, in Tatarasuna, or the karmic debt borne by the Yaksha for millennia.
This land has already been ravaged by the Wild Hunt. If we add god remains to the mix, it'd be like adding salt to an open wound, placing everyone who lives here in perilous danger.
So we gotta win without killing them?
Query. While I can indeed find records of disasters caused by god remains in my database, there also appear to be cases of gods dying naturally with no ill effects. In that land, the passing of the Pyro Archon's flame is a common occurrence throughout history, and even the part of Andreas who remains in Mondstadt has experienced death once before, has he not?
Okay, the Pyro Archon is technically human, not a god. Technically speaking. It's like an elected position. Andreas, I got nothing. He died.
Great question. Glad you asked. Honorary Knight, you said Lupus Boreas gave you a token to pass on to me? Please, present it now. It should help explain things faster.
We haven't given you that sword yet?
Come forth, Boreas.
What just happened?
This form has come to the end of its time. I'm afraid I can accompany you no further on your journey. My soul will fall into silence, and my power will flow into the ley lines of this land. Perhaps this is all that a wolf can hope to do for humankind.
That's the wolf's gravestone, right?
Do not grieve for me, for this is the end I have chosen. Instead, remember that one day, your wandering too must come to an end. Where and when shall that be? A final wish before I slumber. Sing me a song. That melody you so
What
often
is
hummed
that
in
melody?
the taverns.
Oh, the Wandering Knight. I feel like we've heard this before. Isn't that the thing that hums on the main menu theme?
You
What
saw
was
it
that?
too. You must have keen powers of perception. Not that it surprises me. That was Boreas's final thoughts before merging with the ley lines. It's the reason Mondstadt remains unharmed by his god remains. In his final moments, he made a choice to give everything he was to the ley lines. All to protect Mondstadt from harm.
Sounds like Andreas spent thousands of years searching for his place in the world, too.
Yes. And now our
A little bit
task
of a
is to
parallel
return the
there,
answer
huh?
he found, the decision he made, to Andreas's heart. Only then can he break
Where
free
is
from the
home?
corruption and control of the Abyss, and make that decision once more.
I'm gonna tear up if I start remembering that entire story quest.
I see. I would say that planting thoughts inside the mind of a god sounds a little far-fetched.
I still tear up a little
but since
whenever
it
I
was
rewatch
his
that
own wish to
cutscene at the
begin
end of
with,
the Nepha's
it
story
sounds
quest.
feasible to me.
It's not even a story quest, it's actually the prologue to Nutcry.
Wait, we already have a perfect solution? Then why are we even having this meeting? Let's go do this thing!
Ha ha ha. If only it were that simple. Unfortunately, this one thought alone is unlikely to be powerful enough to break through the Abyss's control and reach Andreas's heart. We need to find a way to make the thought within this sword stronger and more resilient.
I got nothing.
For now, Boreas needs all his remaining strength to fight against the abyssal corruption to Mondstadt's ley lines. He can't afford to send us any more of his power. However, since his form was unstable during his journey with the first Knight of Boreas, many wolf spirit fragments were left behind along the way.
Great, we're gonna go on a scavenger hunt.
If we can collect those fragments, we can use them to strengthen the decision to merge with the ley lines.
So we need to retrace his steps and look for random fragments? But they could be anywhere between Notcry and Mondstadt. It'll be like looking for a needle in a haystack.
Or more like a piece of wolf's fur on the planet.
You don't need to worry about that. There's a few fragments left to gather in Notcry, but apart from that, most of them are already inside this sword. I've been collecting them during the whole expedition.
Oh, so that's what he's been doing for 5 years.
Huh? Wait, really?
I mean, it's an expedition, not a stroll in the park. Each step of the way, we've been hard at work planning for every possible contingency.
Plans within plans.
Not just the wild hunt in the Abyss, but ancient gods remaining in Notcry.
Sounds like this plan was a long time in the making. It's almost as if you foresaw the future.
Well, that reminds me, people told me I should probably react to Varka's character trailer. And that he had like an animated short I should also react to. Maybe we'll do that at the end of the stream. Just so people who stick around will do that.
As a matter of fact, I did. I caught a glimpse of Fate's reflection. But I can't take credit for it. It was all thanks to the help of a few friends.
Scryglass.
Still, all I foresaw was that an abyssal calamity was brewing in the north. Had I known more, we could have saved a lot of energy. Instead, we've had to make best guesses, prepare for every possible scenario. If all that preparation went to waste, all the better for it. But anything that proved useful, we knew we'd be grateful for down the line.
Sure enough, now it's proving useful.
Sure is. Just one crucial step remains. We need to gather the last few wolf spirit fragments scattered around Nodcry, and use them to make the thought within this sword as strong as it could possibly be. According to what Boreas told me before we left Mondstadt, his form was at its most unstable at the beginning of his journey. That means the fragments here should be the most powerful ones. But of course, we've been tied up fighting battles since the day we set foot in Nodcry. First with the Wild Hunt, then with the Doctor. So, it wasn't until recently that we were finally able to confirm the status of the wolf spirit fragments. We now know there are 3 left to find.
Okay, so 3 more mini expeditions to go.
I managed to gather 1 fragment before Roland reappeared. I also have a confirmed location for the second, which I'll take care of in short order. As for the 3rd fragment, we've identified a general search area to focus on, but we'll need all hands on deck to pinpoint the exact location.
You made a lot of progress already, wow!
The final snag is that since our foe is a replica of Roland, he too will be aware of Andrias' history. He's sure to try and sabotage our plans by any means at his disposal. So everyone needs to bring their A-game.
With our foe being from Mondstadt, it's our duty as Mondstadters to defeat him.
And since the Wild Hunt is involved, the Lightkeepers will provide their full support.
The Clink Clink Crumb-Cake Craft Shop will also help in any way we can.
Yehuda, this is where you chime in.
What they need me here for? Wait, I think maybe I signed a contract at some point. Didn't exactly scrutinize it though.
God, I love Yehuda.
I mean,
I hope we pull a copy of her at some point.
Right?
If I pull a copy of Yehuda, I'm definitely building it.
Ah, great. Knew I could count on you all. Lastly, our friend from the Curatorium of Secrets will provide intel and relay battlefield communications. Looking at you, Yehuda.
So, you'll be darting back and forth across the battlefield, dodging the Wild Hunt and the shadow of an ancient god. I'm impressed by your courage, Miss Yehuda.
The King Gaslighter over there.
Rating for Yehuda updated. Higher quality ingredients will be used to prepare your future meals.
Darn it! I should have known this payday wouldn't come that easy.
I'll deal with the second wolf.
So she's gonna be the one risking her life the most. That's funny.
If you make any progress with Fragment 3, be sure to give me an update. Traveler, could you join me in retrieving Fragment 2? I have a feeling that your unique constitution might come in handy.
Sure, I was gonna ask about what my job was. I'll follow your lead, Grandmaster.
All right, time is of the essence. Let's move out, people. Dismissed!
All right. Now this is starting to sound like a mission. All right, let's check with Madame Depressed over here.
Yehuda, you dummy! You took the stupid job of your own free will. Oh, crying isn't gonna get you out of it.
She's so hilarious.
Remnant fragments of an ancient god. Thoughts stored inside a blade. Maybe I'm overthinking this, but I suspect there is more to Mr. Varka's plan than what he's revealed to us so far.
This seems pretty convoluted already, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Then again, the enemy can harness the Wild Hunt to spy on us wherever we go. As our commander, I'm sure he has his reasons for choosing not to tell us everything.
Speaking of contingency plans, I now recall that Varka also made a contingency plan when he asked me to deliver that letter. Perhaps I should ask Aino to prepare some additional backup modules for me.
Better safe than sorry. Alright, go to the Wolf Spirit's location. Oh, that's not that far from here. Pillar of Embla. Man. I remember when we did that World Quest series. That wasn't too long ago.
Didn't you say Fragment 2 was supposed to be right here? Where the heck is it?
Seems like we've run into a slight hindrance. Can I leave this to you, Honorary Knight? Traveler, Paimon, when this is all over, I'm gonna invite you around for a drink of...
Whoa, Wolf! Stop thinking about Mondstadt's wine and keep your head in the game! You can't be daydreaming about alcohol before a battle!
Huh? Well, all right, just trying to lift our spirits a little. You want to see some photos I took of me and the knights before the expedition, maybe?
Shut up, shut up, shut up! Can't we please just focus on finding the wolf spirit fragment?
God damn it. This thing keeps moving. Got it. That was such a pain in the ass.
Is this what we're looking for? What do we do with it?
I once got Boreas to explain to me how he stores his soul inside objects. All I need to do is transfer it to my sword. Just like back at the camp, but this time, you'd best step back a bit, just in case.
Just in case what?
So, you're saying you don't know how to love people, and you don't understand human love either.
Why do you laugh?
Sorry, I just think the fact you're ruminating on this is all the proof you need that you have love in your heart.
That's one way of looking at it.
I have a funny feeling that by the time this journey ends, you'll have found your own answer to the question of how to love.
No, you're wrong. There is no redemption at the end of this path. Even if I am stained black with blood, my conscience will remain as white as snow. If pledging allegiance to the Abyss is the only way to sever the injustice of fate, then I shall serve in its name.
So Roland chose to serve the Abyss.
Oh, sure enough. This place has been corrupted by Roland's will. Whew. I'm fine. I was prepared for this. It wasn't enough to pose a serious threat. We got here just in time. The fragment hasn't been fully corrupted yet. Assuming we can undo the damage, it should still be usable.
Is that why you brought me along? You want me to try and purify it?
Purifying the abyssal corruption would definitely be a safe approach. But that's not the only reason I wanted you to come.
Seems like the best idea, though.
Could you try reversing the corruption? Not purifying it, exactly, but separating out the Roland part from the wolf spirit.
Have we any evidence that we could do that?
So, keep the Roland part intact as well as the wolf spirit part? Why would you want to do that?
Firstly, to test whether it's possible. And secondly, to view Roland's memories. As they say, know thyself, know thy enemy. Understanding our foe is our surest path to defeating him.
A little unexpected. Never even tried this before.
Let me think. How was it explained to me? Ah, yes. Focus on a single thought within the 1,000 winds. Capture that unique wisp before it blows away.
I have no idea what that means.
Actually, neither do I.
What?
Huh. Sounds like something a certain tone-deaf bard would come up with when he can't think of anything meaningful to say. Wait, don't tell Paimon that's what actually happened.
I thought it might mean something to you. Never mind. I'll explain it in more human terms. Traveler, when you were in Natland, you went fishing for ancient names, correct?
Oh, yeah, we did do that. Actually, sort of. But I wasn't the one doing the fishing.
If I'm not mistaken, the Night Kingdom was like a river flowing with concepts, and you were trying to capture the concept belonging to a particular ancient name. I'm thinking the same basic principles should apply here.
Okay, cool, but we didn't do that. Somebody else did. And then we had a really cool, specially designed, specialized object relic specifically made for that exact purpose. And then we broke it.
Okay, but back then, we we had a boat and a net. This time, we don't have anything at all.
This wolf spirit fragment is like a puddle compared to the Night Kingdom. No need for a boat. As for a net, this is what I've heard.
Thoughts and emotions
Oh.
are like interwoven threads.
You hung out
They can
with
create a net,
Malvika?
or they can create a rope. They can separate love from hatred, and they can
When did
bind
you two
objects
talk?
and events together. Thought is the anchor for a being's existence, through which emotions are drawn forth.
Yeah, I think I'm starting to get the idea. But maybe I'm not. It's hard to say.
Also, we barely know anything about Roland. How are we supposed to use thoughts to anchor him?
Well, maybe you could try this.
What is this?
What is it? It looks old and tattered.
It's an unsent letter, written by the wolf pup Rostam, Knight of Boreas, from 500 years ago. It was meant for his disciple, the White Knight Roland.
It's a heck of a thing to have been sitting in your back pocket.
After Rostam lost his life in the Abyssal Calamity, Roland left Mondstadt to wander to Vat. Grandmaster Arundelen had wanted to...
Signora is rolling over in her ashen grave.
But trying to track Roland down was like chasing a shadow. He never did find him. And so this letter has been sitting at the Knights of Favonia's headquarters ever since.
Quite the antique, then. But how exactly is it supposed to anchor Roland?
It's not his memories, it's somebody else's.
Yeah, I'm honestly not sure.
God, you didn't think this through at all, did you?
Hey, what happened to Mr. Plans for every contingency? You're just making this up as you go along.
Now, what can I say? Some people like to wait till they've got all their ducks in a row before taking the first step, but I prefer to dive on in and plan as I go. I've been doing it that way for the whole expedition. But anyway, don't they say that poetry and
Our
letters were
fearless
humanity's
leader,
earliest
ladies and
means of
gentlemen.
expressing their thoughts? Can't hurt to give it a try, surely.
Might as well see what happens. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Are we going to read the letter? Can I see what it says? Or are we going to vaporize it? Okay, I'm not entirely sure what's happening here. Oh, something's happening.
Whoa. It actually worked?
I mean, something's happening. I don't know if it's working.
You really are making this up as you go along.
So the assimilation of souls really can be reversed. Just like he said.
Got him.
If what you say is true, the monsters I've slain, the justice I have sought to uphold, for mortals to escape this tragic fate, there's only one path. A great and ancient kingdom was wrongfully cursed, turning its inhabitants into monsters!
Wow, he figured that out. Man, how many people are even aware of that in present day? Not many. Although somebody pointed out to me, and I kind of forgot about this, but the Genshin manga has a few scenes that take place before the Cataclysm, and Hilichurls were still around back then. So not all Hilichurls are people. Some Hilichurls are just Hilichurls. That being said, who's to say some ancient civilization earlier than the events of the Cataclysm also got turned into Hilichurls because of a curse from the gods?
The code of chivalry tolerates not such injustice. If Abyss be thy name, I pledge to you my loyalty.
Probably because the Abyss is the enemy of the Divine, and the Divine is the one that's going around cursing people and turning them into monsters.
And that is where the blood-stained knight's tale came to an end. With that, he bade his humanity farewell.
Who is narrating this right now? Is that Rostam?
I dare say you must find it quite ironic, Knight of Boreas.
Who is talking right now? Or was that Vedelfunir, maybe?
That I, Dainsleif,
No.
No, that must have been Vedalfonir then.
Striking resemblance, but that wasn't him. While we gazed into the past, he was gazing right back at us. Could it be?
The visionary, Vedalfonir.
So that's what happened. After leaving Mondstadt and wandering the land, Roland ventured underground and saw a revelation from the visionary. Once he had learned of Conria's fate, he saw the gods' judgment as the greatest injustice. So he surrendered himself to the Abyss, giving them his knowledge, his power, his everything. That's why the Abyss can replicate him.
I figured this much. I guessed this much. What I want to know is why the Abyss is choosing him specifically to replace the Riker of Sonari.
Uh-oh.
And Andreas.
Take on the visionary this time?
Nah, the founder of the Abyss Order was once shown a revelation, based on his experience at least. The visionary is unlikely to intervene directly.
I'm inclined to agree. If our enemy could see the future, both the Wild Hunt and Roland would be acting with far more lethal precision. But even without the Visionary's input, Roland still has an intel advantage we can't afford to underestimate. Every minion of the Wild Hunt serves as Roland's eyes and ears. We need to think one step ahead if we want to outmaneuver him. And on that note, I have a plan I want to discuss with you.
Now? Why didn't you bring it up during the meeting?
Well, the fewer people who know, the less likely it is to get leaked. Besides, it wasn't a fully formed plan back then.
God, this guy's flying by the seat of his pants.
That about covers it. Sorry to ask so much of you again.
No way, it's too dangerous. We didn't get to hear it.
No plan is free of risks. At least this one actually gives us a shot at fully eliminating the danger posed by this ancient god. Surely that's got to make the risk worth taking.
There's no guarantee it'll work.
If I fail, Anselm and Albedo can take the reins. Not to mention we still have Jean in Mondstadt.
Oh, there has to be another way. Like a backup plan?
Yeah, it's never too late to have like a plan C through F.
If only there were. But I don't think our enemy will give us enough time to find one.
Oh, Yehoda's here.
Hey! Are you guys done here yet?
I guess they found the third one.
Ah, Yehoda! Yes, we've successfully retrieved the Wolf Spirit fragment here. Any progress with Fragment 3?
Nope. It's a total disaster. More Wild Hunt monsters than I've seen in my whole life. We need backup urgently. Come quick.
Come on, we're out of time. You'll just have to trust me on this one.
You're making too many decisions on your own. You're putting me in a difficult position here.
What can I say? I'm not the Grand Master for nothing. I'm counting on you, Honorary Knight.
God, where's Noelle when you need her? Forces of the Wild Hunt come surging forth. Final expedition's hand. The next part of the story is more contagious. For the best experience, it's recommended that you spare more time for it. So it looks like there's going to be no stopping point from this point on. It's 11 p.m. And I guess we can keep going.
Fill me in. What's the situation?
We ran into resistance almost as soon as we set off. Albedo said we should split into 2 teams and continue searching while he and the others kept the Wild Hunt occupied.
Good call. Locating the Wolf Spirit fragment is our key objective. I would have made the same decision.
Well, it seems the enemy figured as much too. Now, both search teams are in big trouble. Oh, I brought a map. This should make things clearer. Before we ran into trouble,
Ooh, that's cool.
This is the search area we decided on.
I don't think we've ever gotten a chat box on a map screen before. That's so cool.
The 2 teams are holed up here and here. They should have a clear idea of the fragment's location by now.
There's a world quest over there that I haven't done yet. I might do it on stream at some point.
But the Wild Hunt is stopping them from relaying messages back, right? Do we have any more troops available to provide backup?
We can't spare troops from any of the fronts right now. That just leaves us with,
The logistics company is standing by.
Oh, Inefa, when did you get here? Wait, that's where we are right now.
Hanefa! Designated drop point reached. Initiating situation report. The logistics company was assisting Aino with the production of the strategic reserve. But after learning of the situation on the
The
front line,
strategic reserve
they
is booze,
requested
isn't
to
it?
be dispatched immediately. They are currently nearby awaiting orders.
Amazing. Just in the nick of time.
Hey, seeing as you can fly and all, shouldn't you be the one out here delivering messages?
I kind of forgot that she can fly.
I regret to say that without the workshop's catapult, and with my short-distance propulsion module on cooldown, I will only be able to return to the battlefield after another 5 minutes. Please, keep up the good work, Yehoda. The logistics company has very limited provisions, only enough for a single battle. Which team should they support?
Both. Once one team has been rescued, the remaining forces will be free to support the other. We'll move out immediately. Yehoda, keep up the good work with the comms.
So we'll probably have to... I would recommend going to Flynn's group since it's closer.
Sure thing. Leave it to me.
Please don't die. You're the best part of this story so far. Logistics company has joined the squad, carrying a large cache of explosives. Oh, the reserves are bombs. That makes a little bit more sense now. Varka can command them to set ambushes using the terrain to strike enemies that have strayed from the group. Now that I think about it, isn't Durin also able to fly? Why does it have to be me delivering the letter? Probably because Grandmaster Varka's got Varka vouch for you. Come on, now it's really the moment to crank up your humor? It's gonna help anything. Detection, your tension level has decreased significantly. Alright, not completely useless then. Once your cooldown's over, hurry up and catch up Metal Face Lunkhead. The Abyssal forces seem to have grasped the key to the battle. Several Wild Hunt units have attempted to break off and disrupt the investigation squad. Standing before them is a cluster of flickering lanterns, barring their path. The main expeditionary force is locked in with a fierce hand-to-hand fighting with the Wild Hunt. Albedo is suggesting splitting off into 2 squads to continue reconnaissance while the rest hold the line. Victory on the battlefield isn't determined solely by the action at the center, and it is much in the same when facing a seemingly endless abyssal onslaught. Reinforcements for the Knights of Favonius. Formed at Albedo's suggestion, the Knights of Favonius squad split deep into the battlefield to investigate. On their return, they were ambushed by a horde of Wild Hunt. Despite their elite status, they still struggle to withstand the unending assault. Squad of Knights of Favonius, whose ferocity is shown to both taverns and battlefields. Varka can command them to launch a fierce attack at specific targets. So we have to reinforce this or this. Formed at Itlua's suggestion is the Lightkeeper squad that was sent deep into the battlefield to investigate. On their return, they were ambushed by a horde of Wild Hunt. Despite their experienced nature, they still struggle to withstand unending assault. A Lightkeeper squad working in concert with the Knights of Favonius. Varka can command them to reveal targets in the mist at opportune moments. Once free, the Lightkeepers will temporarily fall under Varka's command. Let's reinforce this one. I hope they incorporate map screens like this more often. This is kind of neat. Kind of like the war in Natland.
Something's not right. The Wild Hunt's offensive doesn't seem to be getting any weaker as the battle goes on. Are they getting reinforcements from somewhere? Don't get dragged into the enemy's rhythm. Logistics company, scout out the area. Look for terrain we can use to our advantage.
Yes, sir. Reporting in, sir. We've identified viable sites for deploying explosives.
Good. Wait for my signal.
Uh-oh. Switch to command for Varka.
Logistics company, deploy.
Join the fight.
Master! Honorary Knight! Thank goodness you're here.
Be careful. There's no end to these monsters. However many we kill, more keep coming.
Just as I thought. Well, they're about to get a shock to the system. We'll wipe them out faster than they can replenish their numbers. We just have to hold on until the logistics company is ready.
Well, they hit hard.
Is that the signal to say they're ready?
Yeah. It's showtime. Fall back.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna cave them in.
Ready? Fire!
Let's go help the Light Keepers
The
now.
enemy has sustained heavy casualties. Should be a while before they're strong enough to pose a real threat again. Use this time to catch your breath and fill me in on everything you've learned.
Yes, sir. We've narrowed down the search area for the final fragment to this zone here.
That's not exactly very narrow.
We split the search area between us and the Retniki. Maybe they'll be able to narrow it down further?
Either way, I was about to go
That
lend them
sounds
a hand
about
next
right.
anyway. Do you think you guys can keep up?
Absolutely. Good to go, Grandmaster.
All right.
We've run right through our supplies. We'll stay here and deal with any wild hunt that tries to stage a comeback. Now that they've lost their numerical advantage, they're no match for us. Focus on supporting the other team.
Just this company is left. Okay. Combat upgrade. Neph, I'm here to install a cooling module. I know, how did you... I snuck in behind the logistics company. They kept saying this place is dangerous, but they don't know the safest place right next to you. That is correct. From now on, please remain within my line of sight. Alright. Oh, Yehoda's over here now. Why are you over here? This is my job. I'll get it there, whatever it takes. On a war-torn battlefield, a messenger flying through the air is even more conspicuous target. But for Yehoda, who spent her career treasure hunting and mastering the art of stealth, she's the perfect messenger for vital information. However, Yehoda herself clearly hasn't realized why Varka places so much trust in her. Inextinguishable flames halt the Abyss's advance with waves of searing heat. Graydon Prince seals off the Wild Hunt's retreat with earth and stone to buy more time for reconnaissance squads. The expedition's main force is pinning the Wild Hunt firmly in place. Watching the two fight side by side, Anselm, the officer in charge, is holding the line, can't help but think, Grandmaster, you were right. Those who were once Mondstadt's greatest fear have now become Knight's most reliable allies. A lantern never shines alone. Holding his position, Flynn's encounters reinforcements both familiar and unexpected. The Wild Hunt's offensive has slowed on every front. It looks like that they've committed their entire force. The Lightkeepers rushing in from Pyramida have gathered behind Itlua, forming a river of starlight. A message from the old man. Rooting out the Wild Hunt is every Lightkeeper's duty. We shan't pass off our burden to our friends from afar. Alright. Reinforcing the battlefield. Let's go help those Ratniki.
Ugh, looks like the same situation here. They just keep coming, wave after wave.
Reinforcements. Hey, you keep them busy while we work on getting rid of this god-awful mist.
Understood. Everyone got that? It's up to us to hold them off.
Yes, sir!
Alright, time for a fight. Kinda wish I could use my team and go by faster. But hey, we get a Varka, we'll use the Varka. Oh, we get Pyro Traveler now.
Maria sweeping in!
On me! Off the ante! Thunder!
Big guy's down.
Hey, they're running out of steam. Now's your chance.
Affirmative. Sorry to keep you waiting.
That's their source. It was hidden in the mist. If we destroy that, the Wild Hunt won't be able to summon any more reinforcements.
Knights of Favonius, charge!
Well, that worked out well. We're taking damage like nobody's business, though.
That's finally over.
Brave knights, on behalf of the Lightkeepers, I thank you for your assistance.
There's no need to be so formal. When it comes to the Abyss, we're all in this together. Now, please tell me everything you've learned.
Very well. We've narrowed down the search area for the final fragment to this zone here.
Oh, interesting.
Yes! Now it feels like we're finally closing in on our target.
I'll say. We're sure to face fierce resistance from the Wild Hunt, though. Is everyone willing to keep fighting with us?
It would be our pleasure, Mr. Varka.
Lightkeeper squad is working in concert.
Much obliged. All right, the target is just up ahead. Move out!
What's this? The final battle approaches. Under Varka's command, both squads have broken through the encirclement, and the location of the final Wolf Spirit Shard has been revealed. The Wild Hunt forces begin to converge on the final battlefield, while allies and reinforcements rally together, buying every last moment they can for the final expedition. Alright. The final expedition. The location of the Wolf Spirit Shard has been deduced using information gathered by the two reconnaissance squads. However, the Wild Hunt's counterattack is guaranteed to be fiercer than ever. With your guiding light in hand, your sword unsheathed, ready to cut through all obstacles, it's time to embark on the final expedition. That's a lot of Wild Hunt.
The hiding in the mist trick again. These guys must be easily amused. You all know the drill. The Knights of Favonius will engage the enemy while the Lightkeepers dispel the mist. Everyone, follow my signals.
Yes, sir!
Lightkeepers, prepare to dispel the mist.
I feel like they're doing that whether or not I use the whistle.
Thunder! Warrior sweeping in!
That's another wave down. Oh, we're going this way now, huh?
On me.
Rally to the Grandmaster! Charge!
All right, next objective. Oh, here come the big guys.
This Wild Hunt doesn't know when to give up.
Varka, you go on ahead.
Traveler!
Mr. Varka, leave this to us.
Just like last time. Only a Knight of Boreas can deal with a wolf spirit, right?
Don't underestimate us, Grandmaster. We can hold our own.
Hurry up and go.
Ha! That's the spirit. Stay on your toes and make the Knights of Favonius proud. Either we all march back to Mondstadt together, or no one does.
And I guess we get to stay here this time. So we're gonna continue playing as Varka, or... Yep, never mind.
The final fragment is right there. Don't let me down.
Ooh, look at that red overlay. That's kind of spooky.
It seems you have collected them all, Knight of Boreas.
Yeah, and with no corrupted fragments or ambushes along the way. I have to commend your chivalry, Sir Roland.
A true knight does not resort to underhanded tactics. Were this body not a false one created by the Wild Hunt, nor would I countenance those monsters to taint our duel with their presence. If you need a moment to rest, take it. Victory will be mine, regardless of whether the path to it is the one I would wish for.
Save your breath. If you want to fight, let's fight!
As you wish. Then let us settle our unfinished duel, here and now.
A little mono-y-mono, I guess.
Is everyone all right?
My granny fights better than these rookies. It's Egbert I'm worried about. You still alive?
For a moment there, I thought I might never taste the sweet wine of Mondstadt again.
Hey, stay put, you guys. Leave the rest to us.
Forget us. We can take care of ourselves.
You're the only one still standing. Honorary Knight, find the Grand Master.
We can't lose our Varka. Please, you have to find him.
Got it. Frank, I hope your plan's gonna work. Well, he never told... I guess he told us the plan, but we, the audience, never got to hear it.
You're holding back, Knight of Boreas. I can tell you do not wish to strike me down.
Well, it's because if he kills you, the god remains could kind of blow up the whole region.
This duel does no justice to the way of chivalry. I wield the power of a god, while you dare not swing your sword with true intent. If you continue on this path, you will die. Your plan is doomed to fail. How can a helpless lamb hope to tame the heart of a wolf?
I feel like I recognize the VA, but I can't quite put my tongue on it.
Ha ha ha. You're on to me already, huh?
Andrias's question, Boreas's answer, the means to bear a soul. I knew it all 500 years ago. Though the false path may be wide and welcoming, only destruction lies at its end. It is time to crush your futile hope!
Someone's been playing Honkai Star Rail. Ooh, cutscene? Oh, I actually had to play a game.
It's over. Your sword lies shattered. The wolf spirit and the thoughts you blindly placed your faith in have nowhere left to dwell.
What are we doing?
And pledge your allegiance to the Abyss, Knight of Boreas. One day you will understand that the only righteous path for those of true virtue is the path of darkest truths.
That is an amazing image. Now that is the thumbnail.
For the next part, it's over to you.
I bet you're wondering how I got into this situation. Well, it all started when I was a wee little lad.
Outlander who caught the wind.
He let the wolf eat him, so we're gonna have to separate him out from the inside of the wolf. Is that what his plan is?
The sword is unbroken, but I can't sense the wolf spirit. Looks like I'm no longer in reality. This must be a space built from the entangled consciousnesses of Boreas and Roland. There's no way back.
Oh, that's a big.
And all
That's
that
a big
lies
skull.
ahead is the wolf's maw. Huh. Guess the only way is through.
I think it's kind of crazy how much assets get put into like domains like this that you're never going to go visit again. Continue on, or Lonely Warrior.
A Favonius sword. Who left this here?
Rostam, maybe? I have that on Jean.
Lonely warrior. Take me to see him.
I was right in my guess. Rostam's longing. There goes the wolf.
No matter the epoch, the world is awash with corruption and injustice. I have aided the oppressed and righted many wrongs. I have slain sinners and delinquents. I have slaughtered tyrants and demons.
I'm surprised you don't show up in history more.
However mighty one's blade. Before the great injustice of fate, a mere mortal can but bow their head. There is only one way to save them.
Who are you really trying to convince?
Stormwind!
Focus on the wolves, because the wolves put the weird, annoying corruption DOT on ya.
Is this the fairest shadow? It doesn't look like an imitation.
The title of Boreas must find an heir.
Ravenwood. Alright, can I make the jump? Nailed it. That is so cool.
The scent that reeks of blood.
So janky, though.
Appears to be getting stronger. Looks like I can just jump right over these obstacles.
That's so fun. So we're basically learning that each one of those swords that are on the standard banner are technically previous Knight of Boreas weapons. Is the Wolf Gravestone going to be next?
No matter the epoch, the world is awash with corruption and injustice. Even the most fearless hero cannot fight what fate has ordained. And even the holiest god cannot escape the shackles that bind them.
So fate was death and shackles is love?
Yes. If you still harbor love for humanity, then you must surely know. There has only ever been one way to save them from injustice.
Surrender to the abyss.
Malicious lies! On me.
I love that roar. Alright. Death from above.
Try to keep up.
Uh-oh.
Stormwind!
Please die. Die quickly.
Maria sweeping in!
Alright. Now we can just stun lock them. Wolf's gravestone. Whose sword is this one?
My old friend.
Oh, it's yours.
This is not where your path ends. You must continue on.
Oh, the Wandering Knight's longing. So that's the original sword.
This wind feels less than welcoming. I'd better take shelter.
Aha! Cheating! What was that?
Huh? Ah! I can't hide from it!
You must deliver it.
Oh!
Your path cannot end here.
We're not getting very far.
You draw near to the heart of the wolf.
Well, this one's lasting quite a bit longer.
Even if you had an army of 10,000 men, in the end, you must face this fight alone. Lonely warrior. Step forward.
Oh, he's starting to sound more human. I wonder if the Traveler on the outside is starting to separate us all from each other.
Is this the heart of the wolf?
Okay. Well, there he is.
Roland!
Which weapon is his? After countless bloody battles, trials, tribulations, and hardships, I, with my mortal flesh and blade, attained power to rival that of the gods. But you know better than I that a mortal's prime is fleeting. In 5 years, maybe 10, age will snatch your strength.
Darn, don't remind me I'm getting old.
Such pride in will fade to naught, disappearing like dust in the wind.
Your fame will be as fleeting as firewood beneath the starry sky. Lit at dusk, dead by dawn. Utterly insignificant.
Oh yeah? Be that as it may, the fires that burn down here blaze more brilliantly than the light of 1,000 stars.
Oh, that's spooky.
They blaze for but a moment. 100 years from now, your earthly flame will be long snuffed out. And those you once illuminated will be left cowering in the cold and empty night.
Ha! No. They'll remember me in 100 years, just as I remember all of you from centuries ago. That's the thing about firewood. From the embers of a dying flame, a new fire arises, burning bigger and brighter than ever before.
Can we catch up to him at this point?
A knight's
duty
is to save others, not demand things from them. How can one call themselves a knight while placing their hopes in generations to come?
Well, as long as I put an end to you here and now, I won't need to rely on anyone else. Now, show yourself, Roland!
Put an end to me? Your body and mind are already at the limit of what they can bear. It is only a matter of time before they yield and crumble. But if this is your final request...
I wonder how they programmed this, because this is quite a long sequence.
I shall do as you wish, Knight of Boreas.
Huh. You're not quite how I imagined you. You don't seem half as crazed as the memories contained in the wolf spirit.
Not once have I strayed from the righteous path. But when I look at you, I do not see a hero capable of slaying dragons. Just a lost soul who has wandered far too long. A shadow of the knight you once were.
We get it, he's getting old.
I guess we have that much in common. Neither of us are at our peak.
The ray here of Solnari's forces have been defeated. And the Roland you see is but an imperfect image cast by the Abyss. I wield the power that Roland did at his peak, but my heart and mind remain frozen in that blood-stained moment. Therefore, I, in my current form, am flawed. A knight cannot bear their own stagnation. After redeeming you from injustice and guiding your surrender to the Abyss, I shall rectify myself and continue to follow the knightly path.
Huh. The world out there can bear no more of your torment. Your obsession, clearly, remains exactly as I had imagined. I suppose there's no chance to make you see the light.
I think they have seen the light of the Abyss. Heavenly principles be damned.
No words can make a knight doubt his convictions, no matter how noble they may sound. Neither of us will sway the other, but you have long known this truth. Otherwise, why would you pin all your hopes on Boreas' single thought? But now the blade that once housed the wolf spirit has been shattered, and all you hold is a phantom that bears its form. You no longer have the means to change the situation, and no one will come to your rescue. This place shall be your graveyard, lonely warrior.
Huh. Maybe you're partly right. But I think I might just have a shot at a rescue.
What do you mean?
There's only one person's mind I need to change, and it isn't yours.
It's Andreas's.
Forgetting where we are? This is the heart of Andreas, god of the North Wind. Andreas, can you hear me? Wake up! You are the great god of the North Wind. How long will you allow yourself to suffer the domination of the Abyss?
Dominator of wolves, you're being dominated by the Abyss.
If this is your final gambit, I am most disappointed, Knight of Boreas. Grand displays of heartfelt wishes cannot summon miracles. This world shows no such mercy to its inhabitants.
Return. Return to the ley lines.
Looks like it's working to me.
This is my choice. My memory. Is this the answer that I found at my journey's end?
Andreas, at long last, I have delivered your token back into your heart.
A Knight of Boreas. Watch on. This is all that a wolf can hope to do for humankind.
On behalf of all humanity, I thank you, Lord of Wolves.
Boreas is returning to the ley lines. But why? Your sword is broken. You no longer have the means to bear his soul. Unless... surely not.
He put the soul in himself?
Begging for miracles is a futile endeavor. I know better than that. But a sword is just one kind of vessel. There are other ways to store a soul.
He put it in himself.
The Dominator of Wolves once bestowed the power of his soul upon his pack, strengthening their hearts and sharpening their claws and fangs.
Even if it is not my intention, the soul of Lupus Boreas will inevitably ravage, devour, and assimilate a mortal heart. As if human and wolf were being forcefully merged into one being.
Are we gonna get Werewolf Varka after all?
If a mortal heart is to bear
the
soul
captain!
of God,
Oh, that's right. Him and Varka
this
met
is
each
a
other.
path that
That was
cannot
mentioned
be
in an event I
retraced.
didn't play.
Yet, I shall not dissuade a knight from embarking on the quest of his own choosing.
Your heart, your soul... they are collapsing. Now I see.
You were wondering how a lamb could tame the heart of a wolf. Isn't that right? Here's my answer. You get the wolf to swallow the heart.
The wolf spirit within the sword was merely a decoy. The true thoughts and memories were carried within your heart.
So he did get eaten?
To avoid arousing my suspicion, you deliberately allowed Lupus Boreas' soul to assimilate your own, then be devoured by me. But how did you have the strength to fight while bearing such a great burden?
Luck? He didn't really think this through.
Compared to Lupus Boreas' decision, my sacrifice is nothing.
You have a stubborn will, and employed an exceptional strategy. But this is not the way a true knight fights. The choice you have made is a flawed one.
Your soul is now merged with that of Andreas. When he fully joins the ley lines, you too will fall. Neither Barbatos nor the Traveler will be able to anchor your soul from within the ley lines, let alone rescue you.
I mean, that's what you said.
You have lost, and so have I. Regrettably, I can no longer offer you salvation. May your soul rest in peace with Boreas, lonely warrior.
Haha, lonely? Sorry to disappoint you, but as much as it sounded like the perfect ending for both of us to return to the ley lines together, the fact is that, unlike the true Roland of the past, I still have fine wine and good friends to get back to. They're looking forward to my triumphant return. I'm not ready to accept my fate just yet.
Ding dong! You've got mail.
Is this why he asked everyone to write a letter back? Oh my god, the letters. Sir writes a lot. Oh, this is a cool cutscene.
Until I return, I leave them in your care. The Knights of Favonius will always welcome you.
Rosaria and Razor hanging out together. That's an interesting pairing.
Come on! To Mondstadt!
Dear Grandmaster.
To Varka.
To Varka.
To Varka.
Family.
No pig call.
Clee, Amber, Noelle and Eula. Sucrose and Lisa and Mika. So that's why Rosaria was with Razor. She was teaching him how to write, or helping him to write.
Poetry and letters were humanity's earliest means of expressing their thoughts. Make sure they all get delivered, Outlander who caught the wind.
We're gonna use that as the net.
Grandmaster.
Master.
Varka.
Uncle Varka!
For Varka.
Sir writes a lot.
The thoughts of others anchor you, reversing the assimilation. Using your connections, relying on outside help. This is not the way of a knight. The Abyss can sustain me no longer. But now, countless souls who died unjustly will emerge to prevent your return. If you
that's not
believe
good.
in your path, then grant them release. Carve your way out through bloodshed. Varka, mightiest knight of Boreas.
This is how it ends. Throw the plan out of the window. Fight my way to victory. Well, that suits me just fine!
There's his ult. Did we win? Oh no, hang on.
A knight is always true to their word. So please, keep your promise and return victorious.
Oh wait,
You are not alone.
we have Jean in the party and whatnot.
Right back at you, Varka.
Bean's longing. Dan's longing. It looks like it's... Well, I guess I'm here. Focus on the wolves. This music's pretty epic. Up from above.
The north wind blows southward. May it guide you on your journey home.
Oh shit, there's a clock. That's not a lot of time.
On me.
Leave it all to me.
Noelle! Oh, that sucks. I fucked that up.
On me. Try to keep up.
Noelle's shield is very helpful.
There's an ice cold
Mika, Kaya, and Rosario. It's a full ice team.
Don't go dying in a place like this, Varka.
Get Noelle's shield as well. Please make Noelle a knight, for the love of God. All right. Okay, ignore the enemies. 25 seconds is not a lot of time.
Try to keep up.
Fly home to us, Grandmaster!
Amber!
Spread your wings and soar toward a new dawn.
It's Vanti, Mia, and Razor. Electro this time.
Lupaka.
This is really fun. This is better than the skirt story little gauntlet that we had to run. Oh, got less than a minute. We're back at the jaw.
Final battle.
That's a lot of portals. That music was really amazing. I loved the choir, loved the chanting, loved the reuse of the old Mondstadt motifs. Could have used without the timer, though. The timer kind of was making me stressed out. Just a little bit. Still walking. Don't give me the illusion of choice. It wasn't letting me advance the dialogue no matter how much I pressed that button.
Forward and do not look back.
You know, in an endless white void, it's kind of hard to determine the difference between forward and back.
Varka, now I know the meaning of my name.
It means sharp object.
After the lengths you've made everyone go for you, you'd better make sure to thank us all properly when you get back.
You know, I have a lot of things to update you on. But they can wait until you're back.
I have no intention of returning to the Knights of Favonius. But I trust you will find a way to manage on your own.
What a good kid. It's Jean and all the guys. Eartha, Hartman, and so on.
Waiting for you.
Keep walking, buddy. You don't want to get stuck in here.
Oh.
Didn't they just say not to look back?
I'm not doing too bad a job as Grandmaster, am I?
Whose was the Favonius Greatsword?
I'll take that silence as your approval.
Was the Favonius Greatsword the Bloodstained Knight's sword then?
Everything you swore to protect with your lives. It's all still here, safe and sound. The Knights of Favonius, Mondstadt, and the oath sworn by every knight. I'll protect them all with my life. And so, I'll deliver that letter on your behalf.
Rostam. Just keep walking, buddy. We ain't got all night. Roland.
I know it's just a shadow of the real Roland. But if you have the time, could you please read it for him? Rostam and Arundelen. They never forgot you.
Arundelen. Have we heard that name before? Is that the one that we didn't get to see here?
Phew. This has been one long expedition.
You could say that again. We've been here for 2.5 hours. And I guess 5 years if we count how long you've been here.
From here on out, I think I'll let the wind lead.
This plan was probably in the letter that he gave to Venti, if I had to think about it.
Hey, everyone.
This is all a dream, right?
Long time. I'm thrilled to see you all again.
We didn't hear what was in Lisa and Sucrose's letter. Or Eula's, I don't think.
Welcome back, Grandmaster.
Yeah. I'm home.
Wait, he was really there? We're not still in the ley lines? Oh. Yeah, we're really here. Huh.
It's been a while since I felt this wind on my face. Just how I remember. So, is there anything you'd like to talk about? Now's your chance before I get dragged off to the office.
That's your plan.
The sword was just a decoy. I carried his soul in my own heart. That was the plan I was most certain would work.
Stupid-ass plan. You're lucky that shit worked.
The second half, though, using everyone's thoughts to guide me back out of the ley lines, I wasn't too sure that would work out.
You weren't sure about any of this.
right. What would you have done if the Traveler hadn't been able to separate the wolf spirit from Roland's influence?
Initially, I was planning to have Barbatos carry out that step. But when I approached him about it, he said there was a much more suitable candidate. The Outlander who caught the wind. Turns out our trust was not misplaced. Thank you.
What if I failed?
Then, I guess we'd have had to get Barbatos to send a wind to blow me back home. But it would have come at a heavy price, and with no guarantee of success. Besides, I'd rather not have him expend that kind of power.
Evoking the power of an Archon. How steep we talking?
It's a good question. A glass of the finest dandelion wine, perhaps? No doubt I'd have to pay for it with a secret stash of cash in my office.
You're dreaming if you think it would have come that cheap.
You're also dreaming if you think that that's still there after 5 years. Then again, Noel's sword is still in the ceiling of that office, so what do I know?
It's been a while since I felt this wind on my face. Well,
about the expedition
of Roland vanquished, the Wild Hunt won't be able to consolidate their forces for the foreseeable future.
Unless the Abyss just chooses to make a mimic of someone else and consolidate it. This doesn't feel like the problem has been solved. If defeating Revere caused this to happen, and this is just the natural state of things, then it just means that Roland is going to get replaced by the next guy.
A few knights will remain on rotation at the Nodcry stronghold, but everyone else will be sent home in waves. Albedo and Durin will come back with the first wave, so you should have the chance to see them again soon. It's been a while.
That reminds me, I think I left them at the Alchemy Cable in Nodcry.
Just how I remember. So, is there anything you'd like to talk about? Now's your chance.
I'll do that in another video.
Dragged off to the office.
About your future.
My future? Huh. You may already have learned of this from Barbatos or the Hexen Circle, but I glimpsed a reflection of the future in Barbarloth's scryglass.
Do tell. You saw an abyssal calamity in the north, right?
Correct. Although, as things stand now, I believe we may have changed the course of the future, thanks in no small part to you. Still, after I've tied up some loose ends with the Knights of Favonius, I'll need to make another trip back north. There's still a lot of work to be done at the Nodcry stronghold.
What else?
Besides, the first group of knights who volunteered to stay there have yet to be relieved of their duty. How could I simply abandon them?
Ah, how noble. But be honest, your main reason for going back to Nodcry is so you can dump all your work here on Jean again, isn't it?
I didn't hear a no.
Wait, seriously?
Aren't you gonna say something to your defense? Don't just stand there grinning.
I'm only pulling your leg. You'll be seeing a lot more of me in Mondstadt from now on. It's been a while since I felt this
I have no
weight
more
on my
questions.
face. Just how I remember. All right, then. I'm gonna stay here and enjoy the breeze for a little longer. For all the wine in the world, there's no feeling as intoxicating as the wind from your hometown after a long time
It's midnight.
away.
Which means I can start watching the new One Piece live action on Netflix. Alright. We wrapped that up. Next time, I guess we'll finish the event on stream. At least that's the plan on paper. Although, because I said we would do it at the end, I don't remember when I said we'd do it. But why not? Instead of an outro, let's just actually transition, and we'll do a little bit of a watch-along. Actually, I got mail earlier that I couldn't read. New dish. Oh, it's Shenhe. Cool, not important. Anyway, let's go exit to desktop. I'll see you in a second as I pull up the old YouTubes. So, it looks like I have a few trailers to watch here. We have 3 in total. Looks like there's 3 Varka teasers. I was only told about this animated short and his trailer. I didn't know that there was a character teaser on top of that. So, we'll spend probably the next 15 minutes or so. 6, 3, 2.5. Yeah, so the next 20 minutes or so we'll spend on doing this. And when I edit this all together, it'll probably be a roughly 3-hour stream. I don't know how much I'll be cutting out. But let's start with this one here. Another prologue.
You were telling...
Oh god, that was so loud. Oh, that's right, it's on 100. I'll put it at 5 or 10. Alright, as always, whenever I like to do a reaction, just a reminder that if you'd like to see more stuff like this in the future, Discord. Join the Discord. I let people know what I'm doing when I'm doing it. I don't know if I'll actually separate these reactions into a separate video or not, but for the most part, hey, here they are. Alright, another prologue, animated short, February 16th. Well, I got to it in less than a month, I guess. It is the fate observed by a mere handful, including the one who fate lies. If everything were predetermined, perhaps that would bring some relief. Yet those who dare to tread on the diverging paths of destiny are often the ones heralded as heroes. Hailed as heroes. And then it has links to other stuff, so this is probably going to be a music video, since it doesn't have any VA credits in it.
You were telling us the tale of the blonde traveler who caused a disturbance in fate.
Okay.
Now, where were we?
Varka. Despite opposition
So that was Allison.
from the church,
Now this is
he
Nicole.
approved the request to borrow the Holy Lyre.
Barbara!
So, Barbados and Varka went to Star Snatch Cliff to summon
Wait a minute,
Dvalin.
this is seeming familiar.
But Varka's wisecracking angered Dvalin, who flew back to Storm Terror's lair.
Is this an alternate
Varka
telling of the
and
prologue?
Barbados broke the seal and entered the lair. A fight to the death ensued between Varka and Dvalin, lasting one whole day and night.
A whole day and night?
If I'm not mistaken, fighting a real dragon was always Varka's greatest wish.
That's Barbaloth speaking, right?
In the end, Varka defeated Dvalin, but sadly, they were unable to free Dvalin from the clutches of the Abyss. Barbados had no choice but to seal away the gravely wounded dragon. After that, Varka
That's a much
was
darker
celebrated
ending.
as a hero for resolving the Storm Terror threat.
We didn't get a whole
After a long
celebration.
era
We got
of peace, Mondstadt was
sticky
reminded
honey
once
roast with
more
Amber
how
for
safe
doing
and
it.
courageous Grand Master made them feel.
There's
All
Barbara,
doubts
Jean,
about the
Albedo,
old
I see
Knights
Kaya in the
were
back.
swept away.
And Venti.
Good for him.
Good for him. Nicole does not sound impressed. Oh,
hardly a
the
perfect
Dodokos!
Poor Dvalin.
But at the same time, Varka could easily have been the hero. So why did he go on the expedition? Was it because of the disturbance in fate?
Firstly, the pact with the Hexenzirkel and the support of Barbatos made
Barbaloth in the flesh!
Mondstadt. But of course, the real reason lies elsewhere. Do you remember when he requested to be the first challenger?
You know,
of the
gray hair and bags on her
Hexenzirkel's
eyes and
trial?
crow's feet looks to be the only thing that makes her look old. Oh look, it's Barbaloth in
I'm
Dodoko form.
impressed. You have passed the trial. State your request.
Request? Oh, I hadn't thought about that.
Of course he didn't. He doesn't think about anything.
To the test. Maybe I could get a peek at your scry glass?
He looked into your scry glass. But what could an ordinary human hope to see?
Most people would see nothing.
Look at that weird eyeshadow.
All that can be seen within the scry glass is that which fate itself wishes to reveal to you. What I can be sure of is that he saw a disaster. A calamity of abyssal origin has arisen in Nodcry. Its reach will soon extend to Mondstadt.
And it
Even
did.
now, this calamity is claiming many innocent lives, both in Nodcry and the outskirts of Snezhnaya.
Ooh, we never got to see what the Wild Hunt was looking like in Snezhnaya.
So that's why Varka launched his expedition to Nodcry?
He lost no time in taking action. Clearly, there is substance behind his talk of chivalry. Barbie,
I still think that you have what is the makings
was
of a hat.
trusting him.
Fate showed him the way. I didn't need to. All I know is that he truly is worthy of the Hexenzirkel's support.
And he used up their last favor against Dottore.
I suppose he didn't see his destiny as a hero within the Scryglass?
I keep forgetting she can't talk with her mouth.
Otherwise, why would he turn it down? Who would sacrifice the defining moment of their life to focus on the suffering of others?
Huh? Well, perhaps you underestimate him.
Why is Nicole so interested in Varka specifically? They actually have quite a few scenes together in Nodcry. I wish he had a sword-throwing animation in his kit.
Hey, man. Need a hand?
That was rough. Never expected to run into the Wild Hunt here. You're the Knights from Mondstadt, right? I know you. You're... Wait, what was it?
Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius. Knight of Boreas. Varka.
I can see why people were so excited to see this trailer. I mean, just getting to see Barbaloth alone makes this trailer worth it.
Oh, thanks for the wine. That's better. I gotta ask.
God, the music of
Grandmaster,
Mondstadt is so
shouldn't you be back home
nostalgic.
enjoying the prestige and playing hero? Why are you out here roughing it like us mercs?
Da, 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 da. Funny you should ask.
Funny you should ask. I
came for the moon.
I dreamed that life once. Well, we'll call it a dream. I brushed shoulders with a god. We fought tooth and nail against a real-life dragon. And then... got a hero's welcome when I returned triumphant. Raised a glass. And drank the night away.
There's chicken mushroom skewers right there behind me.
Hey, stop laughing. I'm telling you, that could have been me.
That could have been me, not him. Well, this was a fun little animated short. I say that knowing that it was like almost 7 minutes long. Alrighty. Well, that was a good one. I'm glad people talked me into watching this. We got 2 more to go. Let's go for the teaser next. And this one is called Character Teaser. Varka, where the Knight's hearts lead. The Knight's heart leads? Where the Knight's heart leads. The pearls of the northern lands sing ballads of knights, praising their noble virtues and ardent dreams, while their scars, veiled from the gaze of fellow mortals, dwell within the hearts of those who bear the tune. No VA credits in this one either. Alright, let's see what we're working with.
Finish a story from last time!
I know!
Huh?
This is going to be Cleve flashbacks.
It's not just a story. These are the true adventures of Varka the Expeditioner.
Ooh, this is going to be good.
Yeah! Enough up! Prepare for database update!
Database update.
Understood. Now collecting data.
All right, then.
None of this is going to be
Last we
true,
left
huh?
off, I split from the main group to see some business in Natlan.
So this is when he met Malvika.
You want to trade expertise on fighting the
I forgot
abyss?
that he went to Natlan and that was mentioned at some
never
point.
turns away a friend. That said, is intel the only thing you're here to trade? I've heard Mondstadt is famous for something else.
Wine.
Of course. Which is why I brought this.
Barrels. Where did he pull that from?
Natlan Apham.
It's Venti, Rosaria, and Kaya.
Right back at ya.
Oh, and it's Chaska, Sitlali, and Shalonen.
Data updated for Pyro, Archon, Mawika. Alcohol tolerances, God tier.
Was it? It looked like she was wasted just as quickly as he was.
I had one for sure. What happened next? Come on.
Yeah, I believe that. She went through like a month's worth of desserts in like a week.
Better.
Another story, huh?
What is the other story? Oh, Snezhnaya?
Regarding the abyssal
And this is where he met the... This is where he met the captain.
That's more than enough. Thanks.
Not quite what you were expecting, Knight of Boreas.
I don't put much weight in expectations. Our enemy is ever-changing after all. It pays to be prepared.
I wonder how he would have handled Signora in Mondstadt if he was still present when she was there.
But a word of warning. This is a path that cannot be retraced.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Alright. We're basically filling in all the gaps of Varka's story. This is really good to know. Alright. And with that, we have one more. Character trader, Varka. Alright, what is this one? Varka, the Code of Chivalry. Looks like we're starting in the office. It is the spirit of chivalry that shapes a knight's visage. Or does the person who claims the mantle carve the likeness of their station? Varka will not linger over his question for long. The free wind never tarries, and neither does his carefree nature. A singer, Michael Yu. So this one's definitely going to be a song. Whenever there's like a music video, those usually get a lot of attention. I've only seen like a still of Jean in this trailer, and that's about it. So, other than people saying Jean's model's messed up, I don't know anything about this trailer.
But let me give you a quick refresher.
Okay.
The name's Varka, Knight
of
Boreas,
loving the art style.
Master of the Knights of Favonius.
Did you just smack it?
Is no walk in the park.
Okay.
It's a job filled with challenges and perils.
It's a lot of paperwork.
But a knight never surrenders to hardship. For freedom.
Where are the horses, Varka?
Except
God damn it.
When it's too hard. Huh?
What is that? Was that Klee's hair that pointed away?
Grandmaster, where are you going?
The winds of freedom are calling me.
Are they? Or is it just Klee?
Grandmaster, a few more files for you to...
Yep, she has the wrong eyebrows. Oh, it's Diona. Alright.
I don't know where he is.
Nope, he's not there. Oh, he's upstairs. He's hiding.
Could we?
Huh. Sure. Not enough force. Balance is off. Practice on a few more dummies.
Understood.
Oh?
Man, I want Noelle to be a knight
Now
so
it's
bad.
Wind called you to the bar again?
Oh no, it's Timmy.
Where are you?
Uh-oh. Poor Timmy.
Wandering rust buckets? Guess I could use some exercise.
Hey, Sarah from Good
This
Hunter.
drink
Wait, did
is
he just
on
grab?
me.
He just grabbed a fish. Why is he using a fish? I know that that's an event weapon. I don't have it, sadly.
Got it!
I do think it's really... I think it's really cool that he can use multiple elements. We pretty much got to see almost every notable Mondstadt character in this trailer. I think we missed Dahlia. I don't think I saw Dahlia anywhere. Well, that was a good trailer. I don't want to scrub it back through. Oh, there's Venti. I was going to say, I don't think we saw Venti either.
Varka?
Turns out, protecting Mondstadt comes with a lot of paperwork.
It does. So much paperwork. So much paperwork. Yeah, we basically got to see everybody in here. Even some Adventurers Guild people. Saw Mika at the beginning. We saw Jean, we saw Clee, we saw Diona. And in the bar, we saw Diluc, Kaya, and Rosaria. Diluc at the Cat's Tails feels like such a weird thing. Not something you see often. Yeah, I think we pretty much see everybody but Dahlia. Yeah, this image here was going viral, and people kept sending me images of this. Jean. Best Girl Noelle. And Razor. I think it's kind of cute that they're sparring together as partners. I think they're around the same age, too, if I remember correctly. I know Noelle's supposedly in, like, her teens. I have no clue how old Razor is. It doesn't help that he doesn't exactly speak at a third-grade speaking level. And then we see Timmy, the most iconic character of all. I think this is the first time we've ever heard Timmy voiced since, like, no, wait, he was voiced in the, what was it, the 3.7, like, card game event, if I remember correctly. That was where Charlotte was first introduced. I'm gonna miss that VA. Got the fish sword. Fischl shows up. Oh yeah, but we don't see Bennett either. Yeah, so we don't see Bennett. We don't see Dahlia. Is there anyone else I'm forgetting from Mondstadt that we haven't seen here? I guess we didn't see Albedo or Dvalin either, actually. Well, I mean, this was a nice little love letter to Mondstadt, but I feel like they could have squeezed at least a few more cameos in there. Especially since we get Venti after the credits here as well. Anyway, this has been fun. Anyway, I guess I'll just start doing an outro now. Thank you everybody for stopping by. I hope you have been enjoying this series as much as I have. Genshin has been kind of a long-standing series on the channel for a long time. We started playing it around, I want to say 3.1, which was, what was it, 2023 is when we started playing this. And we've been going nonstop. I've done over 200 streams of Genshin alone at this point, making it has long since been the longest running series that we've done on the channel. And not too long ago, Star Rail even passed it up. I think the longest running series before that would have been Valkyria Chronicles, since we played through the first game and the fourth game. And I had been talking with others, and I thought about maybe we'll play through Valkyria Revolution, even though it's technically not in the same lineage. But maybe we'll do another Valkyria Chronicles stream at some point. Also, Slay the Spire 2 just came out, which means that I could go back and doing some more Lost Branch of Legend content. They're still updating the game, and I believe Alice is going to be added in the next couple patches or so look forward to seeing streams on that at some point in the future. Also, Unconventional Warfare, I do have a copy of the game in beta. If enough people are interested in me doing another game that's in beta. We've been doing Lost Branch of Legend in beta for the longest time, but I could be persuaded into doing more of that. Anyway, I haven't watched any of the other Nod Cry trailers, but if anyone else would like me to do more of that in the future, let me know and I'll do that. And without further ado, I'll see you all in the next stream. Join the Discord to stay tuned for what that will be. And maybe you can even give me some input on what that should be. That being said, I do know that the event in Genshin that's going on right now is timed, so I will be trying to put a priority on that. And I also will be doing some Star Rail stuff again, because we have a pool stream planned for Sparksy. And I don't plan on reacting to the live stream that's this Friday either for the special program for 4.1. But who knows if I'm even going to have this edited out by then. Well, stay safe out there, and I'll see you all in the next stream. Bye-bye.